With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes are filled to fill, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shazbin 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once ticked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are slow machine. He's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if I should find a shy or scan to see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is dead to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and fatty life and all his strife while forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. He seems nearly over it and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not light. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Monday the 18th of March 2024. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed, and I hope you've had an enjoyable, fun weekend. A little bit late starting today again, so late that Phil's already gone live to his stream, but we're not too far behind. We're only behind by like a few minutes or so, you know, and he's got Jasper in his stream as well, and all that jazz and all that crap. So yeah, apparently right now he's obsessed with, you know, messing with Jasper's ass, whatever. We will see very soon. Let's not even waste any time. Well, I say let's not waste any time, but let's waste a little bit of time. Last night, Phil got $38 on the day stream for the act, and the night stream got him 80 buckaroos. So not the biggest support day for him in the grand scheme of things, but it's still got over $100 from both streams combined, so he really should be happy in the grand scheme of things because his goal is $50 per stream, remember. Per day he wants $100, he met that criteria, so he should have no reason to complain and bitch and whine and moan about lack of support from last night, because overall, for the day, he got over $100 for the day. There you go. So with that being covered, let's get a bingo fucking picked. Let's get fucking bingo sorted. Somebody give me a random number. So some rando, anyone at all, give me a random number in the chat and we'll use that for today's bingo card. The first number in chat I saw was from Gregor Lake, it said 317. There you go. So let me just randomise a bingo background. Here we go. Fantastic stuff indeed. Randomise that some more. And then I'm going to hit the random number generator and type in the numbers 317. And away we go. We hit enter. The bingo card has been picked for today. Fantastic stuff indeed. So here is today's bingo card for the bingo. We need Phil to say Peel saying addition, something, style, positive and wow. Second row is Phil saying honest, content, him doing some scat talk, him giving somebody a good old fashioned leaning ban, and Tim saying it is what it is. The third row is Phil saying literally, hate to say, the funny thing is, sound good and admittedly. The fourth row is Phil saying chill, what the fuck are you talking about? Him butchering a word, him saying what I mean by that is, and him saying essentially, and the fifth and final row is Phil being all defence mode, him saying I would argue, business, you know what I mean, and finally, alright. That's the bingo card we have for the day. And fingers crossed we can get another full house. We had a full house yesterday, bear in mind, which is why the current prize fund is at $135. Remember, the aim of the game is to try and get a full house on the board to see for you. If I manage to get 25 out of 25 squares ticked off on this bingo board, we'll add to that bingo prize fund and it will increase by another $25. And of course, remember, by the end of the month, somebody will win that prize fund. Or, I mean, the winner can choose to take it all, or they can have some of it and give some to charity, or give it all to charity. Whatever happens, you know, someone could potentially win it. You could potentially win it, but only if you've got a comment in a community post which is linked in the description of his live stream. If you've not got a comment yet on that community post which is linked in the description of his live stream, you're not going to have a chance of winning the prize, which is currently at 135 buckaroos. Now there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces to help us on our way to a full house. For example, if Phil snorts or burps 10 times before he starts recording for a shitey gameplay, that will give us a free space. And if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only will that give us a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations to celebrate 100 likes. So there we go. I think I've covered all the bases. I think that's everything ticked off. So the only thing left to do is really to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
And on that note, let's begin bingo. Good luck, everybody. Here we fucking go.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. As you can see, we already have a special guest here with us. It is the Level 1 Podcast. I'm DSP. Today is Monday, the 18th of March, 2024, and I welcome you here to the show. Jasper is excited to be a part of the show today as well, as you can see. And we're still in the midst of a heat wave here in Washington. Today's day 3. It's supposed to be a 4-day heat wave, which is why, as you can see, I'm still in summer attire. And will be today and likely tomorrow until finally it cools down on Wednesday and I can go back to seasonal clothing. Although, is it either today spring or tomorrow the first day of spring here in the United States? I lose track. It was either today or tomorrow. And it's funny because we've had cooler, rainy weather for a couple months, which has been great.
I'm pretty certain this is the bingo background from yesterday. So I'm going to randomise the bingo background a few more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How the hell do we end up the same one 7 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. We had that one recently as well. We had that one like 2 days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that'll do. There we go. Bingo background randomised.
Great. It's what we're supposed to have this time of year. Right, Jasper? And then all of a sudden, boom, heat wave this weekend. So that's why I've been looking like it's midsummer, even though it's pretty much still winter. You know, pretty crazy. But anyway, I welcome you here to the show. And I certainly hope that you guys are having fun, in a good mood, and doing well. If not, well, hopefully we can fix some of those things with today's show. So today we're going to talk about a few things. We'll talk about updates on the React stuff because we actually have some pretty important updates regarding DSP Throwback and the next project over there. I need feedback about that, and I need you guys to help me out to figure it out. In addition, in addition to that, we have some game news today to cover. Some interesting stories, 2 interesting stories actually, that I'm sure you guys would like to chat about. And outside of that, you know, we'll see where the show takes us. Today's major focus is Baldur's Gate 3, right, buddy? We got to get through Cazador's mansion. And we just entered it we've been in it for about maybe a half an hour doing questing, and we just had a big fight. But people are saying, oh no, that's just the beginning. Cazador's mansion is actually quite lengthy, and you're going to be in it for a while. It might even take all stream today. So if that's the case, then I guess that's the case. I also guess people are saying that Cazador is considered one of the big 3 fights of the game. Maybe I'm wrong, but people were saying he's supposed to be one of the epic fights of the game, along with Raphael, and I guess 1 or 2 other bosses coming up, but also there was the Tribunal of Assassins, you know, Balls Assassins or whatever, and we already took care of that. So, what? That's today's stream. So keep in mind, there is a no late stream tonight. Reason being, this will be the final day this month, okay, where I can't do a late stream, because number 1, I have to film private Patreon React videos, and number 2, because I have to work on some behind-the-scenes stuff for my business, but luckily it should all be taken care of and wrapped up as of tonight. So, moving forward, I should be able to be here for full double stream days, and no more interruptions, hopefully. And we'll go from there. Now, I just want to let you guys know, one of the hot topics that we've been discussing recently is what should be the next new game that I start. And a monkey wrench was kind of thrown into everything again yesterday on my React show. We watched the trailer for Alone in the Dark, and I thought it looked all right. Now, I wasn't in love with it, but at the same time, it looks interesting. It's a horror-themed game, supposedly, or something supernatural. It's not apparently clear, but it looks like it could be pretty interesting. And I'm like, oh, all right, maybe we should play that. And it's like, oh, comes out March 20th. I looked at my calendar, I said, March 20th? What the hell? It comes out on Wednesday? Well, I didn't know it comes out on Wednesday. I thought it was like the end of the month. Remember, this game had been delayed like multiple times during its development. Originally, it was supposed to come out back in October. Then it was supposed to come out in January. And now it's coming out on Wednesday. So that's thrown in the mix. But of course, the big question was, what new game was I going to play on Friday? With the choices being Rise of the Ronin or Dragon's Dogma 2. So I've put a lot of thought into this. I've listened to your feedback. And based on my thoughts and your feedback, I've made a decision. And I made a decision that I'm going to announce right now. So if you're ready for the decision, listen up. And if you're not ready for the decision, then what I need you to do is take your fingers and stick them into your ears like this and go for about 5 minutes when I explain my decision, okay? Oh, wait. Oh, you wanted my decision now? You wanted to hear it? Oh, okay. So my decision is that I'm going to, this Friday, I'm going to begin playing Pal World full time. I've decided to drop all my current playthroughs and only play Pal World. I think now is the exact right time to do it while it's still hot.
Fuck you.
I just think it's funny that, like, a lot of these games now, what you see is they get momentary popularity, and then within a few weeks, they're just not popular anymore. Like, no one's talking about Pal World. It's as if the game never existed. But remember, it was the hottest game, the biggest selling game for some time there, right? So it was pretty crazy in that regard that it was humongous, and then no one talks about it. But a lot of games seem to be like this these days. Anyway, no. We've thought about it together. Like, you gave me your feedback this week, I thought about it, and I've decided that starting this Friday, the new game that I will start playing is Dragon's Dogma 2. And there's a few reasons for this. Reason number one, it's the game that I'm most interested in and already wanted to play before this whole idea of RPG overload affected the channel, okay? It's just the game that I'm more interested in, that I think is going to be the better option. I think it's going to have more eyes on it. More people will be interested in that right now. So that's number one. Number two, you guys gave me feedback this week, and literally about 80% of the people who did respond said play Dragon's Dogma 2. There are still some people who want to see Rise of the Ronin, but for the most part, people are like, yeah, I think Dragon's Dogma is going to be the bigger game. I'm more interested in that. And the thing is, being that it's going to be an RPG where you make your own pawn team, and you can play it a little bit differently than others, I think that playthrough will be more interesting to watch as opposed to Rise of the Ronin. You know, a lot of people might be playing Dragon's Dogma 2 and say, all right, well, I'm curious how this person's going to handle that. You know, kind of like Elden Ring, where a lot of people wanted to see in the early game, well, how did that person build their character? How did that person tackle those challenges early on, as opposed to my playthrough? I think people will want to see that with Dragon's Dogma 2, okay? So that's what I'm going with. Now, I just want to say this up front. This doesn't mean that I'm not ever playing Rise of the Ronin. It just means, as of right now, I'm not playing Rise of the Ronin. It may happen in the future. We may have time for it later. It might be something people want. After it comes out, maybe it'll grow in popularity, and people will be like, oh, how dare you? So, yes, I will possibly play Rise of the Ronin. It's not off the table. It's just not going to be played immediately. Fair enough. Now, I want to remind you guys something. Okay? This is important. Just because the game comes out Friday, and I am going to be playing Dragon's Dogma 2 all day Friday, it does not mean that I'm playing it nonstop. In fact, it's going on hiatus immediately. Because if you remember, RPG overload, right? I cannot be playing all these RPGs at once. I absolutely have to put my foot down. And I have to play Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and finish them. I have to do this, okay? It has to be finished. So we will cover it for launch day, for that launch day hype, and to get a great taste of what the game will be. And then we got to wait about another week to finish these games. Once these games are wrapped up, then I will go wholeheartedly, full force push into Dragon's Dogma 2, and I'm excited for it. Remember, way back in the day, Dragon's Dogma 1 was actually one of the games that I loved. And honestly, I'll be honest, my audience didn't like it as much. You know, I was an on-demand content creator back then. I did not live stream. I was still using my camera to capture for my TV back in Connecticut, and I loved the game. I found its open world formula to be refreshing and interesting. I liked the grinding style where you could jump on the monsters and find their weak points, have your pawns attack, and use strategy to win, and you grind, and you get levels and items and things. I really enjoyed it. And I was always hoping that eventually they would actually make a sequel. So I'm happy that they have. I hope that it's good. You know, I don't know how good it will be. I guess we'll find out. But I can't just go wholeheartedly into it when I have these lingering, insanely long playthroughs, right? So we absolutely have to do it. Okay, we have to. So I hope you guys are understanding, right? Wouldn't you rather have me finish these games that have been going on for 2, 3, 4 months so we can focus fully on Dragon's Dogma 2 rather than have me play Dragon's Dogma 2 twice a week and balance it with a million other games no one's asking for? I think it makes sense, right? Plus, we are heading into the exciting end game of both games now, and people want to see them end and not linger. So I think that we're making the right decision here, okay? So it is official. My wife and I are going to do some fun stuff with Dragon's Dogma 2 on our day off. I'll talk about that in a little bit because we're going to get to the schedule, okay? Sweet. All right, so anyway, guys, that's my decision. We'll talk about the schedule in a sec. But before we get to that, let's do a quick recap of yesterday, the React Day of the week, because it went pretty well. And I actually want to talk about a big update about DSP Throwback because we have two important decisions to actually make about the channel, okay? All right, so yesterday was Sunday. Sunday was React Day. React Day means the entire day I was reacting to content of different kinds. On my first show, DSP versus the Internet, I reacted to clips as submitted by the channel members over on the DSP Reacts channel. That went really well. Good variety of clips submitted. Interesting topics. I enjoyed myself a lot, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the content. If you haven't seen it yet, first 2 videos went live yesterday. The third just went live about an hour ago over on the DSP Reacts channel, and a new video will go live again one a day for the next 3 days. Please, if you like that content, consider supporting the channel by becoming a member. If you become a member of the submissions level tier or higher, those are the people who are submitting clips for the show. And the threads to submit clips for next week's show are already live, and you can do that if you're a channel member, okay? So good stuff there. And then for the late stream, we swung over to DSP Throwback, my other channel, and on that channel is the throwback content, where we've got legacy playthroughs of Final Fantasy 13 and Red Dead Redemption 1 with a part daily going live, alternating. And then also once a week, I do what's called Retro React. This is a stream where I react to an older playthrough of mine from the past, and I bring modern commentary and reactions and criticism to it, because man, I was different back then. You know, the old content is just so irreverent. The commentary is ridiculous in some cases. I definitely act in a way that I would not act today now that I'm older and more mature, but it's fun to look back at the past and acknowledge your mistakes and acknowledge how you used to be and laugh at it, right? So the playthrough of Heavy Rain has done really good on that channel for an old playthrough. For example, it's the most viewed thing I've done on the channel since the first videos in January. So it's doing better than Red Dead. It's doing better than Final Fantasy 13. It's good that that is on the channel because it's keeping that channel alive with views and engagement. And the streams typically have been doing really well too, with attendance, engagement, and support. And that's great because that support is allowing that channel to be viable for me to run. So with all that being said, last night's stream went well, and we're almost done with Heavy Rain. In fact, last night was a very infamous portion of my original Heavy Rain playthrough from 2010. It was, excuse me, tickle in my throat. It was the portion where the game crashed repeatedly for about 20 minutes, and it would not work. And I raged. It was one of my infamous first ever like rage outs at a game. I got so upset. I'm swearing like a sailor. I'm punching my desk, and well, not my desk, my table, and you can see the camera vibrating as I'm doing this because I'm like, I just want to play the game, and the game doesn't want to be played. It keeps freezing up and having issues. So that was a cool part to see live for the first time in ages. And now we're basically down to the end. Next week we will definitely finish the Heavy Rain playthrough. In addition to that, in the Red Dead Redemption playthrough, for those who haven't been following it this far, we're now like 30 some parts into it. So we're nearly done. We're actually in Blackwater doing the missions around tall trees and stuff like that. This is the final area of Red Dead Redemption 1. So within another week or two, we're probably done with that playthrough. In fact, I was checking with my editors, and they, you know, there's only one folder of videos left for the playthrough. They're finishing up editing the final videos now. And then within maybe, like I said, maybe a week, I have to send them the video files, and then it'll be ready to be done. Okay? So we have two critical choices to make with the DSP Throwback channel. Choice number one, do we keep doing Retro React every week? I've been doing it every Sunday night, and yes, that means one less stream of gameplay a week for sure, but you guys seem to like the streams. You've enjoyed the premise of me reacting to my old content. You've showed up, engaged, and supported those streams, so I'm okay with doing it weekly on Sunday nights, as long as you guys are okay with that, but we have to choose another game to start, not next week, but the week after, okay? And there's been some debate on the channel on those streams about what we should do. It seems like a lot of people are interested in seeing me continue with the Dark Souls 1 run. If you remember, excuse me, I got a stupid tickle today. It's annoying me. If you remember, back in, I want to say early February, we did a stream of Dark Souls 1, and it did good. You guys really liked it. But then people wanted to see Heavy Rain, so we started with that. So we could go back to Dark Souls 1. Or another suggestion that people have made is the original Bully playthrough from 2013. It started with a camera pointed at the TV, the old style. More than halfway through the playthrough, I adopted direct capture, and the visuals and the audio dramatically changed because of that. It could be cool to see that transition in the middle of the playthrough. But also, it's just one of the more epic playthroughs that I've ever done. A Rockstar game that's not GTA, right? It's funny, it's interesting, you know, it's a good subject matter, a good plot, and it's just silly to watch. So I think you might like that. What about BioShock 1, the original playthrough from 2009? This is one of my oldest full playthroughs that I ever did on the internet. The quality's terrible, but man, it could be cool to see me in such a long time ago playing a game like that. I don't even remember the playthrough that well, to be honest, so that could be pretty cool to watch. Or, is there a fourth suggestion that you guys can come up with? Because what I'd like to do is do a poll starting next weekend. When we finish Heavy Rain, I want to put the new poll up on the community tab of that channel for people to vote on what do you want to see next for Retro React, and based on that poll, it'll pick the next game. And, you know, I don't know. I really don't know what to do. I'm on the fence about, like, personally, I want to see more Dark Souls. I really liked doing that run. But, man, I think Bully sounds really interesting to me because I've never watched back that playthrough, and everyone says it's an epic one from 11 years ago that they would love to watch again. And then, of course, you know, BioShock is just kind of a weird science study because it's so old. It's 2009. I hadn't even been making content for a year yet. So to see one of my earliest playthroughs like that could be fascinating, right? Now, a couple things. You may say, well, wait a minute. Well, why aren't you...
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
...doing a classic like, for example, Fallout 3. Why isn't Fallout 3 a candidate? Well, there's a really good reason, okay? And I'm going to tell you the reason. I'm going to skip this ad because I want to tell you the reason. I don't want you to be interrupted. Sadly, the Fallout 3 playthrough has all of the music in it, okay? I had the radio on for a lot of the playthrough. And the music's great, don't get me wrong. I think it's a really huge part of the playthrough. But Sadly, YouTube does not like the music, okay? Man, this tickle in my throat is really bothering me now. It's pissing me off.
He might be dying before our very eyes. Shame.
Excuse me for 1 second. Of course, this has to hit me in the middle of the podcast, right? Anyway, the music in the Fallout 3 playthrough, the original one, basically destroyed the playthrough. And what I mean by that is, burger. 5 in a row, that's concerning. If I were to try to stream the game, the stream might get shut down for the music. And I know that sucks, but it's just true. Like that old-timey music, sadly, YouTube has a big problem with it. I went back and looked at my old Fallout 3 playthroughs, and just in the first 12 parts of Fallout 3, 7 of them are claimed. Some are partially blocked in parts of the world, and that's going to be a problem for the stream. You know, the thing is, if I just did the videos on demand as a React project, then probably they would just be claimed. But streaming that content is a risk. I know this from when I do DSP Reacts, and the clip show DSP versus the internet. Stuff that would just get claimed. Sadly, the stream says, oh, detected copywritten content. You know, this stream must now be shut down for like 3 minutes. Please stop broadcasting the
He is not well today, see, it seems, I don't know. Big ups to Muckiness. I don't know why it didn't trigger the animation. It's just Stream Elements being fucking dumb, but Muckiness has become a member of they become a bingo baddie, so there we go. Big ups to Muckiness for becoming a bingo baddie. Hooray for that. There we go, brand new member of the bingo baddies. I need to remember to add that before the end later on. I will probably forget. I am a forgetful bastard, but I'll see what I can, I'll do my best to remember. Ah, fuck. Phil's nasty ass coughing broke the stream.
Shut your hole.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Fuck's sake, Jesus! Right!
Seriously, YouTube? Seriously?
copywritten content. And it's pretty ridiculous that they would do that, but they do it all the time. So I can't really take the risk of playing Fallout 3 unless, and this is an interesting premise, unless
your editors can remove the music for you. Unless something that takes no effort on your part and all the effort on their part happens.
people choose that Fallout 3 be a game that be restored and upgraded for DSP Throwback.
Ah, so yeah, basically make your editors work hard.
What does that mean? Well, take a look at the playthroughs we're doing right now. Red Dead Redemption 1 and Final Fantasy 13. Imagine if Fallout 3 got that same treatment, okay? Imagine if it gets put into 30-minute parts instead of 10-minute, upscaled quality, you know, better audio, because the audio is terrible in that playthrough. And my editors work on trying to remove the music, or at least muffling it enough so that basically it doesn't screw stuff up, okay? And that's what I'm wondering about. Could we do it that way? Now we could. However, if they do it, that's a lot of work, and we have to have a commitment that people are going to be interested in the playthrough. I think people would be interested in rewatching Fallout 3 improved, but man, that's going to be a time commitment. You know, the Fallout 3 playthrough is long. So that's the thing. If we're going to ever react to the Fallout 3 playthrough, my editors would have to take a pass at it first to be sure that we could stream it, all right? So, we'll think about that, all right? So for now, Fallout 3 is out. Maybe we could do Fallout 3 in the future, okay? My other idea is Mass Effect 1. My original playthrough of Mass Effect 1 that I ever put onto YouTube many years ago is a classic. This is the one where Thugs on the Floor came from, and other memes as well, but Thugs on the Floor is the one that's like the biggest, most momentous, you know, meme that came out of that playthrough. So, those are what I'm going for. More Dark Souls 1, Bully, original Bioshock playthrough, or original Mass Effect 1 playthrough. Those are the four that I'm thinking of. Alright? So, unless you guys have other options or opinions, like, oh man, I think this one would be better. Let's talk about it over the week. Think about it. And then we're going to make that poll next week when I broadcast my Retro React stream to finish Heavy Rain. You guys will get to help me figure out the options, and we can start that voting. Okay? Now, the other thing is, as I just said, Red Dead Redemption 1 is about to finish. It's about to be completed. But maybe another week to 2 weeks tops, it will be done. And so, unless we're just going to constantly work on Final Fantasy 13, which I could, to try to get it done, it's actually about... I looked at the folders yesterday, and I think there's 6 folders. I uploaded 2 folders of videos last night, and there's about 6 folders left. So there's basically about a third of the playthrough left. So we're like 2/3 right now through Final Fantasy 13, about 20 hours in. The game's about 30 hours, the playthrough. So roughly, 1 more month if we're alternating. If we're not alternating, we may be able to finish it in like 2.5 weeks. Okay? But I don't know if people want to see Final Fantasy 13 every day. That's why we started alternating between that and Red Dead. Excuse me. So, if we're not going to do Final Fantasy 13 every day, we need another playthrough. The question is, what should the playthrough be? Well, we got options. It could be LA Noire, which is the other playthrough. That's the legacy playthrough lost to YouTube because it was on the Red Dead DSP channel that got shut down. So that's a possibility. Keep in mind, LA Noire has a lot of music in it that gets in trouble on YouTube. So perhaps if we do that, I would have to have the editors edit out the music. Okay?
It's not just the music you got to worry about, Phil. Alien Noir has some scenes that will require some censorship. Gruesome, dead, naked bodies, for example. Yeah, Phil's editors are going to have to work overtime.
If not LA Noire, then what else? Well, there is the Red Dead Redemption Suicide Kings online gameplay. And it's many hours. I want to say it's like 5 to 6 hours of gameplay. So it would be a big series of like 12 parts or something like that if split up. It's not, let me put it this way. Excuse me. The raw gameplay is not the most entertaining thing. There are moments in the gameplay that are absolutely epic and fun, but the raw gameplay isn't so interesting. Because to me and John Rambo kind of wandering around trying to figure out what kind of stunts can we pull, what kind of stuff can we do that would be interesting to the audience. And a lot of the time it's us experimenting and it doesn't work or it's just kind of boring. But when we make
Confirmed, Phil experimented with John Rambo. Make it your fan fiction now.
something work, like when we all get in a stagecoach and we jump off of a waterfall, it's epically funny. Okay? So that's a possibility, all right, of something that we could definitely do. But it wouldn't be super long. And we are just coming off of Red Dead Redemption 1, so maybe it's not time for that. There's also Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. That's also lost to time. It's not on the internet anywhere, but I was thinking of saving that for Halloween. I was thinking, let's have Undead Nightmare actually come out around October. That'll be perfect timing, and people might be more interested in watching it then. So of all the videos that are for posterity purposes, you know, LA Noire, or the Suicide Kings co-op, or Undead Nightmare. But, like I said, we could do something else. If you guys wanted to see if we take a stab at Fallout 3, or you want to see us take a stab at another old playthrough, where the videos are the camera at the TV, and it could benefit from editing into 30-minute parts, and upscaling, and audio wiping, and things like that, let me know. We have to figure this out, essentially, within the next 2 weeks. Okay?
Burger.
So please give me your feedback on that, and we will talk about it. And similarly, how we're going to have a poll next week for the next Retro React, I'd like to do a poll on the Throwback channel for the next actual posterity project to see what comes next after Red Dead ends, okay? So let me know your ideas. Does anyone else have any other ideas of things for DSP Throwback? Let me know, okay? Okay. Eternal Pop says Darksiders. You mean the original Darksiders playthrough? Wow.
Burger.
That's an old one. Okay.
Shut up, Phil. Did I see? I'm sorry to derail randomly. Apparently, it's as well as Mokiness becoming a member. Apparently, it's her birthday today. So happy birthday to Moki. Hope it's a good one, and hopefully Bingo is not going to ruin it.
So that's what's going on with the React content. We had a great stream last night of Heavy Rain. One part is live, and a new part will go live for the next 4 days on the DSP Throwback channel. So go check that out and get caught up, because next weekend is the conclusion. FYI, if you become a member on that channel, you can access the archive streams right away. You won't have to wait all week to see it. You can actually watch the whole thing in its entirety right now. Okay?
So this is, well, I would count this as begging. That happened earlier on as well. If you're a fucking React channel, we are telling people, guys, the best way to support me, not shit. And if you can become a member, you sneak in these begs. I know you're just trying to advertise your fucking channel. If people visit your channel of their own volition, they can then see the way to support said channel. You sneaking in these begments that's still counting that as begging, Phil. I still absolutely count that as begging.
Cool. All right. Today, it's only one stream day. I've explained why. It's Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to try to get through the Castledor Mansion and beyond. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow, it is more Baldur's Gate 3 paired with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. The push for game completion continues. It's funny because more than one person have kind of drawn out this checklist for me. What's remaining that's memorable to do or important to do in Act 3 of Baldur's Gate? And it's like, to finish the Castledor Mansion, the Shadow Heart mission, the Will mission, excuse me, I'm burping and I can't concentrate when I'm burping. Oh, gotta defeat Orin, gotta defeat, what's his name?
I can't concentrate when I'm burping. How do you think we fucking feel having to listen to the fucking thing, Phil? Your microphone didn't pick it up, but thank you, Phil, for confirming it was a burp, so I can count it.
I run in the city, I forgot his name right now. It's Gortash? Yeah, gotta beat Gortash. The way to beat Gortash is different. You can either do the Iron Throne and shut down his Sentinels, or you could just go straight for him and fight the Sentinels while you're fighting him and do it that way, which is a shortcut way to do it. And then after that, you have other options of how to end the game. So basically people are like, yeah, don't do the optional stuff. You know, that there's the fireworks mission. Don't bother with it. There's the finding the escaped zombies of the necromancer guy. Don't bother with it. It's too time consuming at this point. Just try to go through the necessary missions for character arc completion and then the end of the game. So it's funny though, because when you look at this checklist that everyone keeps providing me with, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, what? There's still like fucking 10 major things to do in the game, and you know each one's gonna probably take at least half of a stream. So how long am I gonna be playing this game? I'm trying to play it, I'm playing it today, I'm playing it tomorrow, I'm playing it Wednesday, I'm playing it Saturday, I'm playing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, until the game is done. I need it done. So I hope we can finish it by the end of this month. Seriously, I hope we finish it by the end of this month, because it's getting ridiculous at this point.
Remember though, Phil Burnell's a variety streamer. His audience fucking make sure they go to DSP Gaming for variety content.
I'm sinking this much time into it, and it's never ending. Like, come the fuck on, right? Listen, I like the game, but there's gotta...
No, you fucking don't. You like the fucking money you get for playing the fucking game, but the chat holds your fucking hand. You don't like the fucking game. You hate the game. You don't even fucking bother to memorize the characters or the fucking mechanics of the fucking game. You absolutely despise playing this fucking game, and the only thing carrying you through it is the whales that fucking make sure the stream does not get wage quit.
Never ending. Like, come the fuck on, right? Listen, I like the game, but there's gotta be a time when you say, enough is enough. I want to see the ending. This is fucking ridiculous, you know? Okay, now, as for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, we're all the way in Chapter 11. That's right, within like 2-3 streams, we went from being stuck in Chapter 8 all the way to Chapter 11. So we're turboing through. People are even saying, yes, if for your next few streams, if you just focus on story, you'll probably beat Like a Dragon before you beat Baldur's Gate 3. That's just ridiculous. We're 50 hours into Like a Dragon, by the way. So yeah, if we beat it in the next week and it's like a 60-hour playthrough, I'm okay with that. I do realize there's a ton of side content we haven't done. What we may do is just go to the point of no return and then see how much time we have and determine what we do and what we don't want to do. So that way we don't miss anything important to maybe Kiryu's storyline concluding before the game ends. But we'll see. All right, guys, I have to blow my nose. So I'm going to use the new feature where I pause recording and I'll be right back. Okay, I paused recording. I'm going to go blow my nose.
Does this mean people can use this on YouTube and you won't get pissy about it because it's technically not part of your content? It didn't bother to mute the microphone though. Although it doesn't really get picked up anymore. But yeah, I'm going to use a new pause. The new pause feature. The new feature that's been there for like fucking years. Fucking buffoon.
Welcome to Operation Mindfuck!
Oh my god.
You have been the personification of stupidity since 1997.
Is he still no back yet from blowing his goddamn fucking nose? Whatever fucking buttons can I press?
Bruh.
Fuck you, Phil.
Okay, I'm ready to come back. I hope this throat thing stops bothering me because, man, it tickled me like 3 times. And when that happens, then all my sinuses go crazy, and that's what's happening right now.
Fucking telling me you've got 10 snorts already. That's a free space already. We might get 2 free spaces from snorts alone.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, do you see the new emote? It's my chair. It is a chair emote. So when I do this, you can use the chair emote.
Oh, when you fuck off from your stream like an unprofessional piece of shit, you mean? Wow, how fucking amazing is that? I have a new emote as well. It's Jasper wearing a crown because he's a good fucking cat.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm DSP as always, and this is the Level 1 podcast. We're busy having fun down here on Level 1. Since you guys always talk about, oh, it's the chair stream, well, now you have a chair emote to use if you're a member. How cool is that? Very nice. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. Okay, I'm back, so hopefully the pause feature is working well for those on demand. Obviously, those on the stream, I couldn't fast forward time, but welcome back. All right, so schedule-wise this week, Baldur's Gate 3 today, no late stream tonight, Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon tomorrow, Baldur's Gate and Like a Dragon Wednesday. I'm off from streaming on Thursday, but because I'm playing Dragon's Dogma 2 on Friday, I'm going to download the Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator ahead of time. I'm going to create my character, and my wife is going to create a pawn for me, and we're going to have those import into the playthrough on Friday. So what does this mean? It means...
Phil, I mean, surely the best role for Cat is not a pawn, but a knight. I mean, if I imagine these are all chess pieces. Can she not just make her a fucking horse? A knight character on a chessboard? Or am I misunderstanding the game and what he can and cannot create?
Means I will not have to do character creation on Friday when we start Dragon's Dogma 2. My character will already exist, and so will the pawn, so we can jump right into the game. All right, which will be nice. Then I have to waste like a half an hour or more creating all these characters. So
Oh, it's a waste of time to create a character. I thought that was all meaningful content you fucking force your audience to endure every single fucking time. Also, I'm counting the burp right now. That's a face of a person about to fucking burp. I'm counting it now.
that should be fun. And Friday, yes, confirmed. I'll be playing Dragon's Dogma 2 all day Friday. First and second stream. We jump right into the gameplay to explore, relearn the game mechanics. I'm assuming it's going to play like the first game, which I remember, but I know it's probably going to have some variations. It's been over a decade, so I'm going to have some things I've forgotten. And it should be a good old time. But then on Saturday, we're back to Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon because we have to finish these games. Sunday will be React Day. Monday will be Baldur's Gate 3 Like a Dragon. And we'll keep that schedule going until Baldur's Gate 3 and or Like a Dragon are done. And as soon as one concludes, we jump into Dragon's Dogma 2 full time as a main game on the streams, okay? Now, once we get them both done, we have a big decision to make. Do I want to do Dragon's Dogma 2, and do I want to bring back Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or do I want to do Dragon's Dogma 2 and start a new game, like Alone in the Dark or Rise of the Ronin? We have to make this decision, what you want to see on the streams. In addition...
Wait, who's we? You have to make that decision, Phil. This is your fucking shitty business.
Once Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon are done, I'm going to start a co-op playthrough with my wife of Beyond Two Souls. Now, that's not going to be all the time, but maybe once to twice a week we're going to do it. So that will also be in the mix for variety purposes, okay? So we're going to have some good new stuff coming on the horizon as soon as I finish these two RPGs. Now, in addition to all of that, my birthday is coming on Saturday, April 6th.
Who fucking cares?
It's going to be Phil's Birthday Bash 2024, all right? What are we going to do on that day? Well, it's going to be a marathon event. Number one, we are going to go through the gaming schedule together. We're going to look at game release dates and pick and choose the games that we are both most interested in so we can have a schedule set out and you guys will know exactly what I'm going to be playing over the next, summer months into the fall. And that way what we can do is fill in the blanks. Like, let's say there's a month where there's only 1 or 2 releases. Well, that's the month that we could do this downtime stuff that we've been waiting to do. Or we could play games like Rise of the Ronin or something that I've skipped. We could fit those into the schedule. Okay? So that'll work. That'll be good. In addition, I'm going to order some food that day, and we're going to have a live feasting with Phil. And my wife is going to make a birthday cake for me, and we'll have a live, piece of cake to celebrate the birthday celebration that day. Will there be some booze? Yes. What booze? I don't know yet. I still have the Long Island iced tea from the Super Bowl event last month. I haven't drank any more of it, so we have that. I'll probably get some more alcohol at some point and figure out when to do, some shots or some mixed drinks or something. So I'll have some alcohol over the course of the day. Outside of that stuff, I don't know what else we'll be doing. And I guess what we need to do is we need to figure out exactly what it is that you want to see. What do you want to see on that stream? You want
Absolutely fuck all. You know what I want to see in that fucking stream? You not fucking turn up, you sleeping in, you fucking being too fucking drunk from a fucking 10-hour binge session of WWE Champions from the night before, so you don't turn up to your own fucking marathon stream because you're fucking too busy spending all that fucking Baldur's Gate money on some more Hogan pools and WWE Champions.
want to see me do some random multiplayer? Do you want to see Kat come on the stream and kind of hang out for a little bit if she's interested? Do you want, or maybe we'll do some of the Beyond Two Souls co-op that day together? Would you like to just have a session where we hang out, we talk for a couple hours, right? We can do whatever. Let me know what you think, because we have less than 2 weeks to plan this event. That's right. I take that back. We have less than 3 weeks to plan this event. It's April 6th, so we basically have a little bit over 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from this coming Saturday.
Well, who's we? You fucking, who cares? Who in your audience are going to fucking go, I can't wait to help Phil plan a special fucking big day where he gets to get, ask me to give him money every 20 fucking minutes because support's slow for his marathon stream. Ah, for fuck's sake. D-Dog has made a potential bingo background for Phil's stream. Remember, Phil's doing this marathon stream on a Saturday and I probably won't be here for it. Having said that, D-Dog has made this. I say he's made it, I think AI made it. I think some AI tool has made it, but this is a... D-Dog is suggesting this as a potential bingo background in the build-up to Phil's big birthday bash. And yeah, a little piggy... Is it a piggy cake? Or something? I don't know. Is this a cake? It's a strange cake. It's like a inflatable pig in a basin full of like fucking eggs or something. It's a strange creation, this. I don't know what the fuck this is. What did you type into fucking the AI tool to fucking make this fucking thing? And yeah, Prophet says he'll do bingo. Yeah, Prophet might be doing bingos on Saturdays. I'm not sure if he's done any bingos on Saturdays yet, but Prophet has decided that if he's able to do bingos on Saturdays, he's doing it. And he has the same program that I use for bingo cards, so yeah. If anybody wants a Saturday bingo fix, Prophet might be the guy to see for it, because obviously I don't usually do Saturdays, so there you go. Let me hype up Profit's potential future Saturday bingo sessions. There I can go. Profit says not yet. I need the program you sent me the backgrounds. I sent you the program already, but oh, I sent you the, fuck it. We'll sort it fucking out later. Later on, I'll fucking sort it. It's not even fucking Saturday yet. It's only Monday. We'll sort it out later on. But yeah, there you fucking go. So yeah, Profit's planning on fucking doing Saturday bingo sessions. There you go. Well, original. I'm only kidding. He has my blessing for it.
And obviously, I'm going to hammer out the topics and things we'll be discussing and or the segments we'll be doing during that event so people know what to think of. And of course, it's my birthday, so hopefully we'll have some festive fun here together. Okay?
Fuck's that meant to mean, Phil? What do you mean by festive fun? When I think of festive, I think of like Christmas or whatever. You know, festivities.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Black Mage for the super chat, who says, still recovering, laying in bed and sitting on my desk playing the Yakuza series. Barely have any stomach scars despite being caught up, and so you're healing quick. Basically, you're fucking like Wolverine or something with a fast healing factor. A fucking nice one. Wolverine heals fast, doesn't he? Or am I fucking misremembering bullshit? I'm not fucking clued up on superheroes. But yeah, I mean it's good to hear from you, Black Mage. I'm glad you're doing well. You're still in recovery mode, of course, you know what I mean? But yeah, at least your fucking scars have almost fucking disappeared, which is pretty fucking cool, so there you go. But yeah, obviously it's still a long road. What you went through is pretty fucking extreme, it sounds like, you know what I mean? So obviously, keep on recovering well. But yeah, you've had several people inquiring and asking for you, so cheers for the update, pal, and yeah, hope you enjoy your Yakuza series.
Alright. That's that. That's what I had to talk about today. That was a lot to cover. So I hope that you enjoyed. What I'd like to do now is a little bit of what we like to call around here DSP News. That's right. It's time to talk about some gaming news today, and we have two big stories to cover today. Story number one. According to Bloomberg, Sony Group Corporation has paused production on the PlayStation VR 2 entirely. They are not even making any more of them. You might say, why? Because it needs to clear a backlog of unsold units. Huh? Yes, the reports are now coming out. The PSVR 2 is a giant flop. Unlike PSVR 1, excuse me, which actually sold quite well and caught on with a mainstream console audience, PSVR 2 has not. And experts are citing an incredible lack of interesting game releases. If you take a look at the PSVR 2 since it came out, what was it, 2 years ago, 1 year ago? Who even remembers, right? Because honestly, unlike the PSVR 1, which did make waves, if you remember, when the PSVR 1 came out, there was a ton of flagship titles for it that everyone kind of talked about for a while. There was the Batman VR game. There was Job Simulator for the first time on a console. There were all these different variety of games, remember? I think even, didn't even one of the like choose your own adventure style studios make one, and that was the one that had the heist and it had you were in the cage with the sea life around you and a shark comes at you and stuff. So it was gimmicky, sure. Oh yeah, it even had the Until Dawn time. Remember that, the Until Dawn on-rail shooter? So here's the thing. Basically, the games were definitely gimmicky, but they did catch on for a while. Notably, if you remember, Resident Evil 7, which was a flagship title for PSVR 2 or VR 1, because it came out only a few months before, and then it had a compatibility patch and it worked with VR, and a lot of people liked playing Final Fantasy, Resident Evil 7 in VR. They liked that first person. You could aim with your head and stuff like that. They found it very fun. But PSVR 2, when it released, which again, I can't even remember when it released because that's how much of a kind of a fart it is, right? It's a fart in the wind. It had the Horizon game, which
I'm counting that as scat talk.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
That's how much of a fart it is. It's a fart in the wind. That's scat talk, in my opinion.
How much of a kind of a fart it is, right? It's a fart in the wind. It had the Horizon game, which was hilarious because they were like, oh, the Horizon game will be the killer app. Horizon Forbidden West didn't even sell as well as they wanted it to. It was considered underperforming. So if their major flagship title on the console sold underperforming, what made you think the VR title was going to sell well? It's like they put all their eggs in this basket and no one bought the basket, right? So the eggs are just sitting there rotting away. Outside of that, though, like what other PSVR 2 games can you mention has anyone really talked about at all?
I mean, I know Hitman was also in VR, but that's not exclusively PlayStation VR. I think that's kind of across the board for different VR models, you know. because I've seen people try and play Hitman with that kind of thing, and I think I think that was a part of PSVR as well. But I don't know. As I said, I'm not too fucking close up on this. Oh, apparently Star Wars. D-Dog saying Star Wars Yadik. You know, so there you go. That was apparently a PSVR title exclusive thing there.
Have you heard about a single major game in PSVR 2? I haven't. And I keep my ear to the ground when it comes to game news and it comes to hype and social media.
I keep my ear to the ground when it comes to game news. Phil, you went and told us like fucking 15 minutes ago you were caught off guard by a game releasing in 2 days fucking time. When you were watching your shitey fucking React content and all these trailers and you saw the fucking words game releases March 20th, you're like, wait a second, that's very soon. Mr. Ear to the ground, more like fucking head up your ass.
I don't hear anyone talking about it. Unlike PSVR 1, where there definitely was some hype for about a year, there's nothing. It's as if this thing doesn't exist. Everyone talked about the Horizon game at launch, and that was it. No one has been discussing this thing. And so, come to find out, yeah, it's because there's no games. There's literally nothing for this worth playing. So even though it has better technology, no one bought it. It's just sitting on shelves collecting dust. And I've been talking about this recently, right? I've been saying, listen, is there an audience for VR? There absolutely is. But it's not who Sony thinks it is. The mainstream gamer is not interested in putting on an intrusive headset and these waggle controllers or whatever and needing to have the proper spacing and everything in order to play VR. They're not. There's an enthusiast who is for it, but they already have it. They already bought the MetaQuest. They already have, what's the other, the HTC Vive or whatever it's called. They already have 2 or 3 of these devices for their PC already because they're PC gamers. Those are the enthusiasts for VR, not console gamers. There's just really no market for it on consoles right now. Now, if you remember, a few weeks ago, or a month ago, there was an announcement that PSVR 2 is now being researched to be compatible with PC. And at that time, I made the statement, well, wait, if PSVR 2 does actually become compatible with PC, that's amazing, because imagine you're going to get all the PlayStation exclusive VR games and ports, because there's a lot of games that are ported to work with VR after the fact, but you also will be able to play all the amazing and pre-existing good VR games that are currently only available on PC. Now, that's an idea. And I would guarantee you, that's why Sony's doing that. If Sony had a great lineup of games on PlayStation 5 for the VR 2, and it was selling, they wouldn't care about making it compatible with PC. But they don't. They invented the technology, but they didn't make any demand for it because there's nothing to play on. You see? It's just absolutely ridiculous that Sony did this. Like, even when they were showing this off over the last few years, and people were like, oh, you're excited for the PSVR 2? I'm like, why would I care about it? The PSVR 1, within 1 year, was an afterthought. No one was talking about it. No one was developing games for it. So why would you think that something different would happen with the PSVR 2? I don't care if the technology is advanced if there's no demand for the technology. And that's the problem. On console, there's little to no demand for VR. On PC, there is among the PC enthusiast community, but they already exist and they already have their devices. You see? So I guess we'll see what happens, but, you know, this is, I hate to say it, this is kind of an I told you so moment. When the thing was released, I said, it's too expensive, no games, because no one's going to care about the Horizon game. No one cared about the regular Horizon game, so why are they going to care about the VR version? I was dead on correct. This thing is undersold, underperformed, and they're not even going to make any more until people buy the existing ones that are literally just sitting there collecting dust. Okay?
If you hate to fucking say it, why do you fucking sound so smug about it and laugh about it? Liar.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have one other news story for today. It ain't a good one.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for the super chat, who says, Phil, why try if I'm not guaranteed success? Burnell. Fuck you for spelling it as success. Making me fucking butcher the goddamn word as well. Success. Fucking success. I guess you are quoting Phil, so of course you got to fucking make him not say it properly. There you fucking go. So yeah, cheers Barrett Wells for that. And fucking making me butcher that word as well, you cheeky bam.
You remember on Friday, I had a heck of a stream playing the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, which is one of the worst released games of recent memory. It is pretty much completely unplayable, at least on console. I don't know how bad it is on PC, but on console, the collection is a joke. It runs absolutely horribly. It's janky. You teleport all over the place because of the lag. The hit detection is atrociously bad. It's just an awful experience all around. I don't know how they released it like that. Now, supposedly, the game developer, Asper, is claiming that they are going to actively patch it and improve it, and they apologize, and they said they're going to fix it, okay? Well, something happened overnight. Very bad. All right, you ready for this? A popular modder of the original Battlefront games. So keep in mind something. I have to bring this up because you need a little bit of a preface to understand the story. The original Star Wars Battlefront games were released in the early 2000s. I think the first one was 2004. And I think Battlefront 2 was either 2005, 2006, something like that, okay? I could be wrong, but I think that's about the time frame they released. Huge games, ginormously popular, but after a while, they fell off in popularity and support, so modders came in on PC and modded the living crap out of these games to make them more viable. In fact, modders tried to keep these games alive for many years and make them still be playable online and things like that. Well, someone in the modding community, apparently a popular modder, has come out and said, I am insulted because, ladies and gentlemen, at least on the Nintendo Switch version, they're not sure if it's present in every version of this collection, but at least in the Nintendo Switch version, it has launched with all of this modders content in the game. And they said they've confirmed it through testing because the animations that they put into the game for the heroes have glitches and bugs that are replicated by the modder now that they own the Switch version of the game, and it wasn't present in the original games. In addition, they were never contacted to be asked for their permission to use their mods in the game. They were never compensated for the use of their mods in the game.
I mean, were they due compensation because they have permission to mod the game in the first place? It's a very grey area, you know what I mean? Is it a bit, if this is true, and like the developers like just basically thought, okay, this guy made some cool mods, I guess we can yoink these and fucking use them to our own purpose, whatever. That's a bit of a shit thing to do, but modding's a very grey area in the first place, especially when you're trying to... I mean, just look at people who fucking, you know, got messed with Rockstar. Remember Rockstar clamped down heavily on all the modders before they released the Trilogy Pack? You know what I mean? It's like, basically, you're messing with a game developer's IP, their intellectual property. So yeah, well modders, I'm all in favour of people like all these modders making the games a better experience, making things look better, making things look more, you know, making the gameplay more fun, for example, as well. I'm all for it, you know what I mean? But in terms of like what legal grounds that modders have for the original, you know, the people who own the intellectual property, you know, it's like what area, how much of it is. Well, I guess it depends what exactly was stolen, if it was indeed stolen. You know what I mean? If it's actually, you know, something brand new that the modder made for the fucking game in the first place, then yeah, that's a very shitey, scummy move, and there could be some legal ramifications for that. But yeah, it all depends on what exactly was done, I guess.
So apparently, they stole the mods and just put them in thinking, oh well, no one will notice. Well, this blew up overnight. There was tons of different, you know, Battlefront and Star Wars related media covering this story. This one, Kyber, the Battlefront 2 custom account or whatever, says the following. We are saddened to see the abhorrent treatment and blatant exploitation of modders' uncredited work in the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Asper assured the community this would not happen after suspicions were roused prior to the launch, and despite this, it's, you know, it's clear that they did it and blah 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 blah. So, so the question is, what's the deal with this? Could a company take modders' content without their permission and actually put it into a retail product that they sell for profit? Well, this person seems to think otherwise. This is a Clone Trooper 163. Well, you know, they don't have to credit him. It clearly states in Battlefront's EULA, which is their agreement, they can use any mods without any permission, and 99% of the modder's work was already using in-game assets that weren't ever his anyway. People get pissed when this happens, but you agree to these things when you actually buy the game.
That's kind of what I was trying to allude to. What are the fine terms and, you know, that kind of fine print in the terms of condition, terms of service, or whatever, when you're playing these games? You know, the thing that nobody fucking ever bothers to read when they're starting a game for the first time. It's like some big, you know, wall of text, and it's like, do you agree to the following things? And you're like, yeah, fucking whatever. It's like, what? So yeah, that's the thing. Could the modders have a leg to stand on? Perhaps not legally. Is it a shit thing to happen to them? Absolutely. But do they have any rights to legally and try and pursue anything for this? It might, maybe not. But I that's my own limited intellect. I've got no fucking knowledge on what this fucking situation is. I am not fucking pretending I'm a fucking news source like Phil is.
So is that true? Is it true that if he modded the game and never got legal permission to do so, does that mean that they could do whatever they want with his modded content and they get away with it scot-free? What is the legality of the situation? Nobody knows as of yet. But it's a developing story, and I guarantee you, people are going to figure this out. All right? People are going to say, is it legal or not? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to lean towards it probably is legal for them to do it, because if the modder just took the code from the game they didn't make, they didn't have permission to modify it, they just modified it, and then they shared it with an online community, and people enjoyed those modifications to the game, technically he doesn't own it. The work was done with other things that, you know, you didn't own. You know, if an artist goes ahead and breaks into an artist supply store and steals all the ingredients to make an epic sculpture, But everyone knows that it's stolen, but no one cares. No one prosecutes the sculptor. They just let him go and sculpt a big artistic sculpture out in a square of the stolen goods that he just stole. And he makes an epic sculpture. Well, is that work of art his? Technically, he made it. It's his artistic vision, but it's stolen goods. He stole the things to make the sculpture from the store next door, and everyone knows he stole it. So does the store have the right to now claim that sculpture and say, no, that's made from our ingredients, that's our sculpture?
I mean, based on that logic, Phil, game developers will be able to claim every single gaming video you make, saying this person made the content, but he used our ingredients to fucking make the money, so that's our money. So be very careful what you're trying to argue there, Phil.
I don't know. Has that ever even happened? I don't think so. So without any kind of maybe legal precedent, I don't know if we have an answer. However, they do have a point here. With these terms of service, all right, in the place for a game. If you bought the game and then you modded it, and that goes against the terms of service, do you technically own the mods that you made? I don't know. Here's the thing, you know, it's just going to be a big question of who owns what, who do the rights go to, right? At one point, does something become someone's legal property versus, oh, it's something creative you made, but you don't technically own it, right? It really is a gray area. It really, really is. Because, for example, on YouTube, let's say, for example, right now, I want to react to someone's content on YouTube. So I do. I have the legal right to do that. But I only have the legal right to put the video out. When it comes to the monetization rights, usually YouTube leans towards the original uploader. So, for example...
Oh, for fuck's sake, Phil. Do we have any lawyers in the fucking house? Thank you to Barrett Wells for the super chat. I'm sorry I didn't play the animation, but it's just, you know, stream element's been a bit fucking weird. But thank you to Barrett Wells for the super chat, who says, Phil says he uses games as his paintbrush, so he basically put himself in the same situation with us. Pretty much, yeah. I guess Phil forgot that strange analogy I made one time where he tries to fucking pretend that his meaningful content that he makes and uploads and spams to his audience on a daily basis is a work of art. Yeah. But it's not, he didn't fucking make the work of art though. The game developer made the game. You know? If I can go. I don't know. Thank you to Black Mage for the super chat, who also didn't get a notification. This fucking stream allowance has been so weird. Black Mage says I only understand sandwich store metaphors. Yeah, I mean, we're all missing the sandwich store metaphor. We're all missing it. We were all expecting it. We were all hoping for it. And Phil skipped right past it. Maybe people have been making fun of him too much for it lately because it's its kind of go-to analogy. I mean, I called it out the other day. I mean, I think a few days ago, I actually said he's going to use a sandwich store analogy, and he fucking did. Like, you know, he is getting that predictable. You expect it from him. Anytime Phil wants to fucking make a comparison to anything, the sandwich store will come out and be there for him to use as his example.
Example, right now, if I was watching someone's Let's Play of Baldur's Gate 3, they could claim my React video and say, no, I own the copyright to that video. And I could, of course, try to dispute it. But a lot of the times, YouTube will instead just do a content ID match and say, so you can make your video, that's fine, your video exists, but you don't own the advertisement rights to it. The original uploader has that. So they're going to make money on your video. This happens all the time with my React show. DSP versus the internet. Almost every episode that I upload is claimed by a third party, and they're making money on my work. And I have no legal way to stop that unless I get a lawyer and sue. Okay? So that's what I mean. In this case, maybe it was legal for the modder to make the modded content, and it's okay. The creative vision is theirs, and it's their content. But guess who has the right to monetize it? The original creator of the game. So technically, maybe they're in the right here. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know at all. Maybe they should have given credit. Maybe the issue here is they didn't credit the work. They should have said, hey, just so you know, this game will feature mods that were made by the community, and here's a shout-out list of the community members whose mods over the years have kept this game alive, and we put these into the game for posterity to make it better. I don't know, but they didn't do any of that. They literally just have them in the game without saying shit, right? Here's some of the thoughts of my chatters here. Says, it's disingenuous of a company to take credit for something they didn't do. They're caught lying. That shows bad faith. What else did they pilfer to get the game made? Good point. Darziak says, certainly won't be the last. This happened with Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Modder's work was used in that too. Wow. And of course, Eternal Napalm says, well, at least we have honest games like the day before. There you go. Well, there you go. See, this is interesting. Zero says, Crystal Dynamics actually hired some of the Tomb Raider modders in order to make the remasters, and that's good faith. Got paid for their work. So this is a hot topic. I feel like this will continue. You know, this collection just came out, and what it was is a lot of people were like, okay, so we're going to wait for the collection to be fixed, and then we're going to play it. But now with this issue, finding that there's modder content in there that's not even cited, claimed, or shouted out properly, you know, no attribution given to the original creator of it, I think a lot of people are going to like boycott this collection now, which sucks for me because I own it and I can't refund it because it's on PS5.
does suck for you, Phil. Oh, that's tragic. It really is so fucking tragic.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Poor little Philly.
So I was thinking maybe I would go back to it. Seriously, I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait a few weeks and I'll try it again. It could be a fun game every once in a while to play at night. But now I get the feeling no one's going to play it. Like, it's probably just going to be a dead game now because no one's going to want to play a game that they stole modders' content. It's like, fucking shitballs. I really screwed myself. Man, I really nerf-herded myself right into this one.
Is this another segue into a beg because you blew money in a game that before waiting to see if it was going to be good or not? Did you manage to somehow turn that into some sort of begment where it's like, oh, I screwed myself because I paid money for this?
I really just, I'm really sucking the Sarlacc balls on this one, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Yikes. Anyway. I just clicked the wrong thing. That's not what I meant to click. Sorry. Anyway, that's the news for today. I hope you found it entertaining and informative. Let's get to shout-outs, shall we? Let's get started. So, on the YouTube side of things today, we have absolutely nothing.
Get fucked, Phil.
No super chats, no memberships, no re-upping of memberships, no gifted memberships.
Phil, we get it. Nothing. You said nothing. You didn't need to elaborate on all the nothing you got. Meanwhile, I got a new member and I got a few super chats and I'm very happy for that and I'm very grateful for it. So get fucked, Phil.
No super stickers. Nothing. So I have nothing to shout out on the YouTube side of things. But we start off with a tip. A $10 tip. And that tip has come from August. I would love to see Bully again. I love that game and I love your playthrough of it. We have a vote for Bully as the next Retro React event. There you go. Thank you, August, for the first tip of the day. I appreciate that. The animation play? Yes, it did. Even when the website is lagging, the animation plays anyway, so I guess that's a good thing. But thank you, August. And by the way, I should say this. I really enjoyed having the Kazuma Kiryu animations for
fuck off.
Thank you very much to Black Mage for becoming a member of the Bingo Baddies. There we go. Even when he's in recovery mode, he has become a Bingo Baddie again. So there we go. Cheers, Black Mage, for that. So I need to remember to add you as well as Moki as well later on. Gee, guys. I need to remember to add these two names later on. I'm gonna fucking forget. I just know I'm fucking terrible for it. Well, I'll see what I can do. I'll do the best I can. But yeah, cheers, Black Mage, for becoming a Bingo Baddie, and hopefully you're still enjoying your Yakuza games. The only one I ever played was like free on play. I had the PlayStation 4 years ago. I had a PlayStation 4. You know, basically when I was out, and I think that one of your Yakuza games was free on there. So that's the only experience I have of playing Yakuza when it was free on the PlayStation Network. I really enjoyed it. You know, I think it was Yakuza 2 or 3, I can't mind exactly which one it was. But yeah, very in-depth game. Really loved the detail and there was so much to it. Velvet bitches and whines and moans about, oh, there's so much content in this fucking game, boo fucking who. It is a good fucking thing. For a game to have so much you can do in it, and it's not just a story stuff or whatever, but you can fucking go and do whatever random shit. Oh, I'm going to fucking race these little cars and not shit, or I'm going to fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I don't know, but I felt bitches and whines and moans about, oh, there's so much content, and it's just... It really needs to just rein it fucking in. Getting value for money is a good fucking thing. And thank you very much to Mukiness as well for the super chat. It says, remind me to remind you to add me later. Okay, I'll remind you to remind me to remind you to add you later. Wait, wrong way around. You know what I mean. Cheers, Mookie.
Tips this month. However, the Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth playthrough is coming to a close. So if anyone would be interested in maybe making some new animations for the streams, you know, for contributions coming up, I know some big playthroughs coming up. Obviously, Dragon's Dogma 2, the Elden Ring DLC is coming up, right? And that's a big one. So maybe just some ideas there, or things you could think of if you'd like to possibly make animations. Okay?
Is he... Hold on. Is he trying to get people to fucking make him shit again? Because he's too fucking lazy to pay people for it or try and make him himself. I want to rewind that and hear that again, but here, is he begging for new animations? Fuck me, trying to rewind the stream and fucking broke. I'm going to spam the Scottish soundboard until it fixes itself.
Scotland forever!
Shut your hole.
Welcome to Operation Mindfuck! Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to? Welcome to Operation Mindfuck!
Shut your hole.
Fuck's sake, Jesus!
Why is it still broke? Why are you still broke, YouTube, for fuck's sake? YouTube, but there we go, we've got a fucking fix finally, god damn.
And by the way, I should say this. I really enjoyed having
Let's hear
the
this
Kazuma
again.
Kiryu animations for tips this month. However, the Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth playthrough is coming to a close. So if anyone would be interested in maybe making some new animations for the streams, you know, for contributions coming up, you know, some big playthroughs coming up. Obviously, Dragon's Dogma 2, the Elden Ring DLC is coming up, right? And that's a big one. So maybe just some ideas there, things you could think of if you'd like to possibly make animations. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Let's take a look here. On to okay, it looks like I don't have anything to shout out yet. So if any contributions come in,
You mean you don't have anything to shout out yet? You just had a $10 tip that you're happy to celebrate and shout out. So basically, the contribution, you've had one contribution so far on the stream. That's all you had to say. You had one tip for $10, and that's all. You could have just left it there. Instead, you're like, I have no super chats, I have no members, I have no re-upping of members, I have no super stickers, blah blah blah. Boo fucking who.
I absolutely will shout them out. However, being that it's already past noon, I do not want to do suggestion box today.
Like, fuck. Anytime you fucking do suggestion boxes, a fucking unbearable pain in the arse because it's just fucking you going, I can't do this, I can't do that, stop watching detractors, stop fucking thinking I'm a big YouTuber, I can't do this and I can't do it. It's all excuses. Basically, it's non-stop excuses as to all the ways you cannot fucking be a better fucking streamer or a better fucking person. It broke again.
Welcome to Operation Mindfuck!
Hello there.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Shut your hole.
Scotland forever!
I will say this.
There you go.
All right, last few times that I've done the suggestion box, all right, a lot of people are like, well, when you do the suggestion box, you seem to get angry or upset. And if that's the case, then what's the point of the suggestion box? Well, here's
You do get very angry and upset and triggered.
the thing you have to understand. When the suggestion box, the point of the suggestion box is supposed to be constructive criticism, saying, here's a suggestion for you that perhaps would help you to improve and grow. All right.
That's what you usually that is what you've been usually been given. People have been giving you these ways that you can fucking do things better. All you want is an easy way to make more money that requires minimum effort. Unless it's from other people. If other people put in the effort, you don't mind that whatsoever.
Right? What I'm getting a lot in the suggestion box are very, very big, like, demands. Like, it's not, oh, so you should really do this thing because this will improve your content. It's more like, I just don't like this, so stop doing it. That's
Yeah, Phil, that's constructive though, I'd say. You're doing something which the audience are not quite liking. They don't dig that. Their constructive way of telling you to cut that shit out is just being upfront and honest and saying, like, Phil, that shit doesn't work. Stop doing that shit. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like if I ask my bingo audience, is there anything I need to remove from the screen, for example? Is it too much? Is it, you know, if the audience are like, oh, get rid of the fucking chat or whatever, is it okay, fair enough, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say that's not constructive. You guys are just saying I don't like the fucking chat on the screen, but Phil, that is a your concept of constructive feedback is very strange and twisted. The audience are outright telling you, this thing you do, we don't like it. And you're like, well, what am I meant to do about that? Is what I do. That's your response, essentially. That and stop watching detractors.
It's not constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is, listen, here's something that you can do to improve. Here's why it would improve your content. And here's, you know, some examples of how it would either benefit you or how it's benefited others. And we feel it.
Well, you don't want to be told what you're doing wrong. You only want to be fucking given things to do better. Look, Phil, the part of the suggestion box is basically taking on a criticism. Phil doesn't want to receive criticism. That's what he's saying here. The suggestion box is not to critique. It is to help him improve. And that is what he's bitching and whining and moaning about, because people are using the suggestion box to try and fucking tell him all the things he needs to stop fucking doing. He's fucking not happy about that. He is absolutely angry. He's upset that people are using the suggestion box to critique him. That is apparently a no-go area. You're only meant to fucking provide things for him to do. Here's a bunch of ways you can make more money, Phil. Here's a bunch of ways you can try and get more viewers, Phil. Here's a bunch of ways you can get more engagement, Phil. He doesn't want to hear, oh, this shit's crap, or that shit's crap, stop doing this thing, stop doing that thing.
Will apply to your content, or how people have said that this is something beneficial. That's different from, I just don't like your podcast, so stop doing it. Or shorten your podcast dramatically. And then I explain, well, I don't understand why you would ask that, because all evidence points towards the podcast doing really well. The viewership on the podcast has done well. Engagement during the podcast is great. I've actually had some days where all my support came in during the podcast, and when I started playing the game, the whole stream dried up. We lost hundreds of viewers, and we didn't get any support for the rest of the stream. Everything is pointing towards me doing more style of podcast. Why are you asking for less podcast? And every time I say that, I don't get a valid response. I just get, oh, I think it's boring. I want more gameplay. Make the podcast shorter. That's not constructive criticism. That's your personal demands. I don't need personal demands. I don't want to know specifically what you like and don't like. That's not suggestions. That's your own like pet peeves with my content. That's not a constructive criticism. You understand the difference? If you're going to say, I think this should change or improve, you have to justify with a good reason why, not that you personally don't like it. All right? There's tons of things I personally don't like on the internet, but I don't go to them and complain about them. I just don't partake in them then.
You fucking do. You told everyone to stop watching the tractors. You don't like watching the tractor content, or you don't like the tractor content being far more popular than your shitey content. So yeah, that's a big fucking lie right there. Stop watching Keemstar.
You see the difference? Constructive criticism would be like, for example, what OP Boone has been doing, where he's been saying,
I mean, he's been using some sort of AI to generate all the fucking hard work for him. He uses AI to generate timestamps. He uses AI to come up with a summary. He basically lets AI do all the work.
hey, here's a suggestion of something you can implement that'll probably make your content better. Now, sometimes I take OP Boone's suggestions and I implement them and it works really well and we get big improvements. Literally what I just did earlier during the show where I did the pause recording and stop and resume recording, that was him. And I'm going to use that from now on when I need to like get out of the chair to do stuff. Like today, Jasper's in the office, but Kat will come home at some point during the stream, and instead of saying, I'm going to leave an empty chair here for 5-10 minutes, I'm going to hit that pause and resume record button. That's an awesome piece of constructive criticism that has improved my content. But I'm not always going to take what OP Boone says and do it. For example, yesterday he had the suggestion about ripping the news segment out of my streams and setting it up as separate videos to be separately promoted and everything. I would like to do that, but I don't have the means to. Nor do my editors who are working on the throwback channel. I'm not going to tell them, stop working on the throwback content to come over here and do this instead. I'm going to tell them, keep doing what you like, and maybe long term, like I said, maybe if I had an employee who I was actually paying, who could sit here every day and sift through all my content and edit parts out, then I could do that.
I understand why it's a very far-fetched concept, Phil. You paying someone else for their hard work? Fucking laughable. As fucking if.
That's how other YouTubers do it. They have employees to do it for them, not volunteers. But I don't have an employee because I can't afford one because I'm not big enough to have an employee. You understand? So that's the thing. That's constructive criticism. I don't get mad at OP Boone because he made a suggestion that doesn't work. I just explain why. But when your suggestion box input is, I don't like this because you don't like for yesterday, I don't like that you advertise for 10 to 30 minutes demanding income. I don't do that.
Aye, you fucking do. Aye, you fucking do. You started off the podcast with a couple of sneak peeks. You fucking reminded the audience again for a few minutes later earlier on about, oh, there's no super chats, there's been no re-upping of members, there's been nothing in the YouTube side of things, boo fucking who. Well, you sneak in begs all over the goddamn fucking place.
That literally doesn't happen. There's never been an instance where I'm playing a video game like this and I say, well, guys, I've had it. You're not contributing today. So I'm going to put the controller down and I refuse to play until someone contributes.
That's not what the person said, though, in their comments. You are taking what they said and you're completely taking it out of context. The thing that you hate being done to you, Phil, you are doing to this commenter. You are taking what they said completely out of fucking context, because most of your begging does happen primarily on the podcasts.
I turn my camera off and I'm not turning it on until someone contributes. You guys got to pay up. When the hell has that ever happened in the 16 years that I've made content? That makes absolutely no sense that people would say shit like that, but that's what I'm getting in the suggestion box. It's like,
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Ira for the super chat, who says there is a difference between unsolicited whining and wanted criticism. Phil received the latter and gaslights himself into thinking it's the former. I mean, pretty much.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much. So I'll respond to Ira's super chat first. Thank you, Ira, for the super chat. Yeah, Phil doesn't want to be told the things he's doing wrong. He just wants ideas for things to make him a bunch of money that will require minimal fucking effort. How can I do better? How can I do better? I mean, it's not about trying to get rid of things that he's doing wrong. He does not want to improve on the shit things he does. He just wants to fucking take on more new ideas for him to fucking do. And the fact that OP Boone had to fucking remind him there's a goddamn pause button on his fucking stupid fucking OBS, when most professional content creators are fully aware of that pause button, it's so laughable, but it's fucking Phil. It sums up Phil to a goddamn T. He is absolutely not equipped and doesn't care for his craft. 15-year content creator, doesn't give a shit about editing, about, you know, putting in the effort, about making thumbnails, about fucking, you know, trying to fucking entertain the audience. It's all about just sitting down, playing the game, profit. That is literally the little fucking, that's a trinity, that's a holy trinity for Phil. To sit in his arse, play a game, and make money. That's all he fucking wants. Thank you to Black Mage for super chat as well. It says, no money to pay editors, drops at least $1,000 every weekend on a mobile game. Really gets the noggin jogging. Exactly. Exactly. If you go, and if we go to TG Game Box, I don't think there's been any more updates since then. Blah 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 blah. I think the most recent update was the 1,300 odd. Hey, it's Peter Griffin. Hey, and Kurt what the fuck is? I'm it. There's a Kurt Angle tweet as well. Fuck me. I was expecting that to be a Peter Griffin tweet, but there you go. But the latest update was $1,367 on WWE Champions from that fucking weekend. Just there, like the weekend that just passed there. And of course, there might be more. There might be more on top of that coming up very soon. Because I don't know when the event ended exactly. Because sometimes these events last like they go from Friday to Monday. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, Phil was top 7 at one point there, as you can see from that screenshot from this event. But fuck me, man. It's just. But yeah, and then Phil cries poor. Guys, I really need money to pay my bills. I need money to fucking feed my wife. I need money to fucking do this. I need money to fucking do that, and all this fucking bullshit. It's never ending. Never ending goddamn narrative. Oh, Dash is saying that the WWE Champions event ended about 30 minutes ago. So there you go. Phil, well, Phil might have got some last minute pulls in. I don't know, before, who knows? Who fucking knows? Anyway, he spends 4 figures on a regular on WWE Champions. It's insane. It's just fucking mind-boggling. But don't worry, Phil. At least you get paid on Thursday. On your day off, no less. So Phil's payday is on his day off. What an amazing coincidence. He'll be able to afford to fucking feed Kat all the sushi she fucking wants.
That literally doesn't happen. You're citing things that don't happen and telling me not to do them. That they don't happen. But the problem is you're watching detractor content. And the detractors only emphasize shit that makes me look bad. They will act like that literally just happened. Like, oh, you see, he did that, or he did, you know, it doesn't happen. The shit that they're saying happens doesn't happen. But if you just sit there and you watch the drama content, then you complain about drama. There's one person to blame. You're the one who watched the drama content because you wanted drama.
So Phil, how do you know the detractors are doing this unless you also watch detractor content?
So don't ask for less drama that doesn't exist. You created it. Again, if people would just watch this content, if you would be here every day for the show and hang out with me, you would realize that most of the complaints about the show don't exist. Wait a minute, I like the show. Why would I want the podcast to be shorter? People are hanging out, having fun conversation, everyone's having a good time. Why would we want a shorter podcast?
So Phil, there's nothing necessarily wrong with the length of the podcast. What people are saying is that you're fucking sitting there complaining, crying, and whining about not having enough time to play these games. Especially Baldur's Gate 3, RPG Overload. You have a thumbnail. You have a graphic made for RPG Overload. And you're sitting here during your podcast saying, I wish I had more time to play these RPGs and get through them as fast as fucking possible. And yet you refuse to cut down the podcast temporarily to help get through the games faster. An extra hour or so of gameplay every day gone to waste because you refuse to trim down the podcast temporarily to try and get some more gameplay in. Now that is a valid and sound suggestion in my opinion. Would it hurt the bingos? Yes, temporarily, but Phil needs to fucking get through these games apparently, and as fast as humanly fucking possible. And yet when he's told, shorten the podcast so you can get more gameplay in, after his audience are hearing him cry about not having the time to fucking finish his games because he's desperate to get to the end of them, he's calling them all morons for suggesting that because most of the support comes from the fucking podcast. I mean, in 1 Minute Man is a majority of that support most times, with his daily contribution. The Mad Max is saying, did you catch the beginning of the podcast? Phil said he wanted to skip an ad to explain to his dents why he couldn't watch Fallout 3. Yeah. Yeah, Phil, he thought Phil couldn't skip ads. Phil claimed that he never got the prompt to skip ads anymore, but all of a sudden it came back all on its own, apparently, somehow, magically. I think it's always been there, but he's just not been paying attention properly. You know what I mean? But yeah. Phil has always had a prompt to skip ads when he wants to fucking talk about something important and be honest and real with his audience. He's always had the ability to, if he catches it in time, to skip an ad playing. It's just, yeah. It's just him being a lazy piece of shit.
Right? Wait a minute. Advertisement. He didn't even advertise. I haven't yet. Have I said a word about contributions today?
Yes. Yes, you're literally in the contribution segment right now. You started a stream by telling your audience how they can become members of DSP Reacts and your DSP Throwback channel, and you said you had no YouTube site support, no super stickers, no members, no re-up on memberships. So yeah, Phil, you have talked about support several times on this podcast. Although admittedly, it's not been 10 minutes worth. More like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes worth combined.
I think I did talk about the Throwback channel, but that was it. Or no, I wasn't the Throwback channel. It was actually the React channel. I haven't said anything about it on this stream about it, right? And we're a good hour in.
I love how Phil's like, have I said anything? Actually, yes, I did. But aside from that...
So what are you talking about? It doesn't exist. You made it up because you listened to the wrong people, right?
Okay, so Phil said, what are you talking about? That counts for us.
Burger.
There you go. What an insufferable fucking cunt.
Anyway, that's the difference. And that's what I want to say when I emphasize, I don't mind doing the suggestion box. It's just that what you're noticing is a lot of the suggestions are not suggestions. They're demands of little pet peeve stuff that doesn't benefit the business if I were to do it. No. Shortening the podcast when all evidence is saying the podcast is doing better than a lot of the gameplay streams doesn't make sense.
Doing better. Basically money, Phil. But what you're saying is money is the most important thing here. The podcast is as long as it is because of money. In that instance, so Phil, in that case, why not make the podcast longer? If the podcast is what gets the most support, then how about making it even goddamn longer? If you're refusing to shorten it because it gets you good support, then how about making it longer? Wouldn't you get more support? And isn't that what you want more than anything else? Mister's begging for a screenshot. I hate it when the fucking hands are bloody because it doesn't really capture too well, but you know, Mister's asking, so no worries. I have missed a couple of his demands for screenshots before. So most times when I see Mr. ask for it, I've already hit the play button to unpause it. So it's like, ah shit, I missed it. But I've caught this one, so there we go. Let's see how we do. And yeah, obviously the hand looks so weird. But this is what you wanted, so there you go. Let me just yeet that in the members Discord, and the members can have all sorts of strange fun with that. Oh my fucking god! I just seen what Tacos fucking made. Tacos has made this with the caption, DSP and his hideous shirts just keep giving serious Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park vibes. Oh, for God's sake. Why? Also, Phil's face looks so small on this. Like, I know you got to try and make it fit, but it just looks, the proportions look so weird. Maybe it's because we know Phil's face isn't actually as fat as this guy's face, the actor's guy, I don't know. I don't know. And Barrett Will says, see, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Exactly. Oh my fucking god. Tacozilla, you need to be stopped. You need to be stopped at all costs. That reminds me, Tacozilla did not actually win Spider-Man 2 yesterday. He thought he did, but apparently the copy of Spider-Man 2 is region specific. So when he tried to put the code in, it wouldn't work because Tacozilla is not from the USA. Toxic Cherry Juice is. There's me doxing Toxic Cherry Juice. He's an American, he's in the USA, so yeah, there you fucking go. So basically, long story short, if anybody if anybody is from the United States of America, okay, and they want a copy of Spider-Man 2, then the first one to fucking put in a fucking console gets it, because it's in the fucking chat right now. First come, fucking first serve. We're fed up with all of trying to fucking get marbles to fucking decide it. The code is in the chat. If you are an American PlayStation 5 owner and you want Spider-Man 2, the code's in the chat right fucking now. First come, first serve. Thank you very much to Toxic Chargers for giving that away. We tried doing it for marbles. Marbles went all balls and wrong and everything else, so fuck it, you know. We're just fucking letting the animals go wild and crazy, and fucking whoever gets to it fucking first gets it. But remember, it's region specific, so you have to be in USA, you have to, well, basically, USA, PlayStation 5, and if you want Spider-Man 2, the code's in the fucking chat, go for it. There you fucking go. But yeah, cheers again, Toxic Chargers, for very kindly giving it away, offering to give it away, you know what I mean? We tried to do something fun with it with marbles, and in the end it's like, ah, fuck, this is so things keep going wrong. It's like, fuck it. Just throw the code out there and let people just tear themselves apart to get it. Oh, apparently Big Lad Integers was the successful recipient of Spider-Man 2, so there we go. Finally someone's claimed it. There we fucking go. So Big Lad Integers has got their hands on Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5, courtesy of Toxic Charges being so kind to donate it. So there we go. Now we've got that out of the way, let's continue of the bingo.
Just because you don't like the podcast doesn't mean that I have to change it. It means that you need to adhere to a schedule. You know when the podcast starts and ends, so come after the podcast ends. And if you have a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you, because in life, you're going to have to learn how to read and adhere to schedules. And if you can't do that, you're going to have a pretty miserable life. So maybe get a head start on it now. Okay? Okay.
Basically, Phil doesn't need to change, you need to change.
So, Dark Gaming says, if someone's looking at your level 1 playlist, how would they know what's covered without going through every individual video? I tried retitling my videos as of 2 months ago, and this should help. What I do is I try to emphasize what's going on in each show in the title, and that comes first. So as soon as you see today's podcast, right, it'll probably say something like, you know, Friday game chosen, you know, schedule update, or, you know, something like that. So people will know, oh, this is a podcast where he determined what he's playing Friday. Let's watch it to figure this out. And then remember, there's some AI-generated timestamps that are in the description of each video. And that should help you find the specific times, okay, to actually click to. There you go. Okay.
1 Minute Man, are you there?
All right. Are we good, Jade? By the way, I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope you feel better, Jade. Really, I'm really sorry to hear that. Please take it easy today. I received a $1 tip.
That's not 1 Minute Man.
From Better Call Darth Maul. I too would enjoy watching you stream Bully for your Retro React channel, but you again play Final Fantasy Rebirth. I already explained that on the stream today. That we need to finish the 2 existing RPGs. Once the 2 existing RPGs are done, then I go full-time into Dragon's Dogma 2, and at that time, we reassess. Would you want me to go back to Final Fantasy VII? Would you want me to instead play a new game? Like, that's the stuff we have to figure out. And we will together. But that will come in time. That we're not going to rush it right now. Okay? Okay, let's see here.
1 Minute
I received
Man.
an $8 tip.
That's 1 Minute Man.
From 1 Minute Man. He says, the ambush combat in Baldur's Gate 3 Part 120 from Saturday, you were surprised that Fist Bella died even though you had non-lethal active. You spend time examining non-lethal symbol, you'll understand why. Now, people explained right after, you know, keep in mind, I've only used non-lethal like once during the playthrough at all. It never really was something that I utilized. And I guess what people are saying is, non-lethal only works for melee attacks and that's it. It doesn't.
You know what? This is going to be controversial, but I'm going to tick off Leaning Ban.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
I felt like Phil, during his crazy rant about suggestion box stuff earlier on, he definitely went into his chat and did something. And I feel like he was leaning somebody while he was talking and ranting away. So I'm counting, even though we don't have it confirmed, I'm saying fuck it. Phil was all heated and he's all salty and he's all, ah, suggestion box is not for you to complain and all that shit. I'm thinking he banned people at that point in time.
It doesn't work for magic. It doesn't work for, like range. It's only melee attacks. So if that's the case, we know why they died, because I didn't hit them with melee attacks. I hit them with ranged attacks, and that would be why they died, right? I received another $8 tip, also from 1 Minute Man. Hold on. Gifted a body that has a lot of shortcomings, okay? Thank you for another $8 tip. Let's see what he has to say here.
There's a strange theory that 1 Minute Man has been replaced. It used to be, so the common theory was it was Planet Jeff. Most people believed that 1 Minute Man was Planet Jeff. But these latest evolution of tips from 1 Minute Man and the multiple detailed descriptions of things have Slayer vibes, or Game Tracker vibes. Not Slayer, Game Tracker vibes. What I'm confused about is, how would there be an agreement in place for one person to take over the mantle of someone else that is never around on streams, but always around behind the scenes? It's a strange fucking thing. You know, it's a strange, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I believe in it or not. I'm not sure. I mean, if people are saying there's fucking Game Tracker vibes from these contributions, does that mean that Game Tracker was always 1 Minute Man? I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, that's a deep rabbit hole to try and uncover.
27 now. As for the remaining quests, you need the remaining 2 nether stones. Dealing with Gortash is easier if the Steel Watchers are gone, but there are clever ways to do this anyway. Since you haven't done the submarine quest, he's not yet hostile. By using spells and potions that will grant speed, mobility, and visibility disguise, the job is half done. Remember, nobody pays attention to small animals. Great. Too bad that I really have never used a druid, nor am I planning on doing that. You know, from what I don't understand, the thing everyone's alluding to is this Iron Throne quest, which you use the submarine to get to some prison, and you're basically doing like a jailbreak. And it's really frustrating because you only have, I think people are saying 6 turns for your party in order to rescue the people in the jail. And everyone says it's the hardest thing to do in the game because you need to have insane amounts of mobility to do it. And like basically my Karlak would be fine because she could run really far and then throw the spear and teleport as well. But outside of that, like some of my people are so slow as dirt. They can barely move. So it would be like you have to chug potions of speed and cast haste on everyone and basically just focus on movement for this mission. All right, that's what people have told me. Now, I don't know what the mission actually is or what you face in there. No one spoiled that. They're just saying it's a mission based on movement. You got to figure that out. But it's kind of like, we're at the end of a fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so frustrating. Like, do I really want to do it? Do I really want to do it at all? It just sounds to me like tedious nonsense. For the end of the game, after you put all this effort in, let's do a mission that doesn't apply to anything you've done in the game and say, oh, it's good for variety. No, it's good for annoyance is what it is. I just want to beat the game. So, I don't know if I'm even going to do it. We'll see about it as we get closer, okay? As we get closer to the end of the game, as people say, I still got to do all these companion quests and finish those up. And then we've got, there's the Shadowheart companion quest, the Will companion quest, the Jahara companion quest, and then we still got to beat Orin. And then I guess once we've done all of that, which is probably going to be many streams, then we'll determine, what we want to do next with the Gortash shit. Okay. Oh, by the way, once we finish the Orin quest, now we can do the Lae'zel companion quest. So then we got that to do first before we get to the next shit. Pretty ridiculous. Pizza Box Gaming, thank you for the first super chat of the day. $5, and he says, I think you'll appreciate my suggestion, even if you don't end up using it. I hope everyone is doing well. Well, thank you, Pizza Box Gaming, but I don't know what it is because we haven't gotten to it yet. We'll have to see when we do. Keep in mind that the suggestions thread is 3 weeks old, and we have 3 weeks of suggestions to get through before we get to new ones. So I guess we'll see what happens there.
And that's your fault, Phil, for being fucking poorly managed in your suggestion box. Why also, Phil, do you have to do suggestion box live? Could you not fucking spend like 10 minutes sometimes answering some of them, and you can fucking talk about the ones you liked best on your podcast? That could be something. How about that, Phil? Just spare like 10 minutes or so after every stream to go through a couple of suggestions. That way you won't fucking fall behind, and on the next podcast you can dedicate maybe like 10-15 minutes or so covering the suggestion you thought stood out most. Instead of this fucking ridiculous way of going, this strange way where you ignore it for months. Weeks and months you'll ignore it, and almost then you get round to suggestions, it's like, these are out of date. Why are these suggestions so old and not relevant to today? Because you fucking made a topic months ago, Phil, and you didn't bother to get around to it because you're such a lazy bastard.
Okay. Alright, is that it? I think we're all caught up as of now. Wait, no. I received a $9 tip from 1 Minute Man. He says, I understand you're pressed for time, but I hope you don't try to finish the current games like a hot dog eating contest.
And guys, that will bring 1 Minute Man's contributions to a total of $25. $8 plus $8 is 16, plus 9 more, 25 buckaroos.
That's an interesting analogy. If you're worried about RPG burnout, does it make sense to start another RPG? How about a Game Pass horror game for some variety? Well, this is the game that people want. I asked you.
How do you know? How do you know, Phil? Apparently people wanted Final Fantasy VII. Nope. Apparently people wanted Tekken 8. Nope. Apparently people wanted Like a Dragon. Nope. Phil, who wants it? Who fucking wants it? You tell me. Have you had a buy-in? Have you had a confirmed buy-in from some deadhead saying, "Guy, Phil, if you play this game, I will make sure you get my pocket money every day"? I mean, how can you say that with such confidence, Phil? When you have no idea as if there is buy-in, or there could be buy-in for all we know. Maybe some deadhead has gone behind the scenes to Phil and says, "Yeah, Phil, don't worry. I'll make sure this gets a Baldur's Gate treatment, and I'll make sure you get to wear a fucking hat at least."
This week I said, do you want Rise of the Ronin, or do you want Dragon's Dogma 2, or do you want something else? And the feedback I received this week was Dragon's Dogma 2. It's a big game. Everyone seems to feel like it's going to be good. And if I'm beating RPGs, and that's my RPG focus, I think it'll be fine. If I was still playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I was still playing Like a Dragon, and I was still playing Final Fantasy 7, then no, I don't think Dragon's Dogma 2 would work.
But playing 2 already, and the third one's only on the hiatus until you fucking get through one of Baldur's Gate 3 or Like a Dragon.
But at least we're going to commit to finishing these other games first before we jump fully into the next one. Okay. Cool. By the way, if you guys haven't noticed, a lot of the fake gifted memberships are finally expiring.
So isn't there a segment then, Phil? How were we meant to notice? You know, you don't have the member notification things on the screen or whatever, you know what I mean? You don't tell us how many members you've got. So, yeah, nice segue into our beg, Phil. But he really does it, guys. He really does it.
I see many of you here who had memberships for 2-3 months, don't anymore. Now would be a great time to possibly consider renewing the membership yourself if you really liked having it. It would help this channel a ton because I lost a ton of legit memberships during that whole fiasco. So please consider it, okay? Thank you for your support. And of course, if someone wants to gift memberships, it will finally go to more deserving people this time around who actually attend the streams.
But you're not allowed to be from Argentina. Phil is a big fan of gifted memberships, but only if you're from America or United Kingdom. If you're from a country which has a poor return rate for members to dollars for him, he will not consider them valid. Today, there you go. It's just, it's such a scummy fucking piece of shit. You know, what a fucking scummy move. Deserving people. So anyone that got gifted a membership from the Argentinian VPN style fucking people, they didn't deserve them apparently.
So consider that as well.
I've considered it, and fuck you.
Okay, I think I'm all caught up on shout out. So if anyone else contributes, I'll give you a shout out. But in the meantime, if anyone else, you know, wants to talk, please tag me in the chat.
Fuck you. I'm going 1.5 speed. You boring dick. This is 1.5. Oh, it's dead air. Holy fuck. Fucking hell, Phil. Say
JDTV,
something.
how you doing? Right now, JDTV, I don't have any specifics to talk about anything, and that's why I'm not talking about them. If and when we have specifics to talk about something, I will mention them. Right? So there you go.
I'm assuming that somebody brought up the potential interview that Phil's going to have. Oh yeah, some people might not be aware of that. Some people might be thinking, what do you mean interview? So, fuck me, where'd you begin with this? Where'd you fucking begin with this shit? Let me see if I can find her on Twitter anywhere. Hold on. Is it still TJ's? Nah, it's not TJ's handle. It's let's see if I can scroll down to it randomly. Oh yeah, this happened as well. Phil had a strange. So this was from DSP Gout. This is not related to it. This is a different thing. Welcome to DS Politics. So someone with a comment here saying, here is the thing. The average adult male in the United States makes $52,000 a year. The average adult female makes $47,000 a year. These numbers used to be fine to live on, but with current inflation they are not. Most people are struggling and most YouTubers make more than these numbers. Therefore, people should not be supporting YouTubers unless they have extra income to do so, which majority of people do not, and it is only going to get worse. So that was a comment somebody left here. And Phil, of course, had to have a big response saying, first of all, those averages, which don't work out because the cost of living across the country is very different depending on where you live, so numbers are meaningless. Second, everyone should pay for what they feel they get the most value out of when it comes to entertainment. Support who you like with what you can afford, nothing more or less. When you say stuff like people today cannot afford to pay for X, it is a worthless argument. If people can pay for a new console, Apple product, VR headset or a Tesla, they can afford to pay for whatever entertainment they enjoy. So please stop with the propagation of the farce that everyone is broke. This is just nonsense, or else all your favourite content creators would have just gone out of business since COVID began and inflation started to rise. Welcome to DSP Politics, lol. The problem with you saying that, Phil, is that whenever you fucking turn to your audience and say you can't fucking afford a game, people fucking look at your setup and go, well, you can afford to have, you know, these, you know, the fancy microphone and the LED lights behind you, and you can afford to have the ring light as well. You can afford to have that, you know, webcam. You can afford to have the capture card. You can afford to have the PlayStation 5. You can afford to have the Xbox console. You can afford to have a Nintendo Wii. You can afford to have, you know, the fucking neck phones as well. You can afford to have the $300 joystick to use for fucking fighting games. You can afford all these things, Phil, but you can't afford the new game. You know what I mean? Like the argument kind of falls apart for Phil to say, you know, his argument here. So Phil's argument in that comment there was essentially, you know, it doesn't. If people can pay for a new console, this falls apart on his own content, for his own speech, for his own narrative, where he's fucking crying, whining, and bitching and moaning about, oh, I can't afford to do this and that, when he is surrounded by the expensive gadgets that he has. It's like, Phil, your argument falls apart. Here's you fucking begging people, please become a member because, oh, I'm so hurt. And it's like, well, Phil, that's a you problem. fuck you. I don't know. But there you go. So I thought I'd share that little. That was an interesting little thing I saw on Twitter earlier on. And what else is happening here? So yeah, hold on. Review Tech USA used to have an editor called Jay, and they had a falling out. This guy called Jay Hooft, and now Jay Hooft is going to interview DSP apparently. So that's what Phil was alluding to there when he was saying when I have more to talk about, I'll talk about it. Phil has claimed he's going to stay away from doing any interview. He said he was done with the drama, he said he was done with the nonsense, he said he was done with all that, and his focus was basically just on doing his own content. He's too busy to try and get through games, RPG overload, and everything else. And yet, out of nowhere, Review Tech USA's old editor, who, you know, they fucking, you know, he's left RTU since then, he's going to talk to DSP and do an interview with DSP. And it's going to be like some sort of, you know, co-authoring style one where it's like, hey, Phil, how are you? I'm trying to find it scrolling down, but I can't. Here we go. DSP and I are going to do a stream together soon. I've always wanted to talk to him about gaming. It'll be a chill, relaxed stream. Two men talking about life and gaming. It'll be positive, and to be fucking honest, I'm sick of negative bullshit. And Prophet is also saying apparently Jay said he won't discuss DSP drama with Phil, just gaming. Good chances the setup are worse than the quartering. Yeah, I'm expecting fuck all from this. I mean, it's gonna be fucking minimal. I think no drama whatsoever. They'll talk about RTU for sure, and they'll both bitch and whine and shit on RTU because they have that little common ground or whatever. You know what I mean, but who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit, really? So yeah, when I first heard about this, my first question was, who the fuck's this guy? Well, I don't pay attention too much to fucking RTU stuff though, so there you go. But yeah, I got that to look forward to, I guess. And Phil is not going to talk about it yet because apparently the details are not confirmed and finalised. Even though Jay apparently has spoiled it on Twitter already and people are talking about it. Phil's not ready to talk about himself to his own audience.
Yeah. There better not be 65 hours left in Baldur's Gate 3 because then I'm just not going to finish it. I'll just say fuck it. Seriously, I mean that too. Like, there's no way I'm playing another 65 hours of that fucking game. I'll quit. So I hope that it's not true.
But you fucking pussy.
Easy Steve, how are you today? Welcome. Hi, Darkness, I do not take offense. It's just that I have heard that exact same line of argument since COVID began, and it is bullshit. It's what people like to push as a narrative for political reasons. It has absolutely nothing to do with reality. So I appreciate the comment. I just want to let you know, if you actually believe that, you've had the wool pulled over your eyes. It's a bunch of bullshit. But if you don't know what we're talking about, Hi, Darkness left a comment last night on a video, and he's like,
oh my, we actually just read that comment. We just read that comment. Well, that is some good timing.
You know, right now, there's inflation, and a lot of people aren't making a lot of money, or the money they made isn't going as far as it used to go, and therefore a lot of people are hurting, and that might be why right now you said your channel's down for like 2 months. And I'm like, so if that's the case, as you know, we totally have heard that every single content creator is hurting right now because they're all willing, you know, people who take contributions, and all contributions would be down, right? Oh, by the way, that also means people don't have money to pay for consoles, or video games, or their Apple Watches, or their fucking Teslas, and all this shit that they're constantly dropping and spending money on. They don't have money for that anymore, right? No, it's bullshit. It's a bullshit argument. It's a straw man argument, okay? Ever since COVID, we've heard this argument that, oh, everything's messed up, everything's down, no one has money for anything. It's nonsense, okay? People have money to spend on what they want. The question is, do you find enough value to spend it on something, or say, oh, now I'm going to abstain from that because I'm cutting the fat because things are a little bit tighter. But in reality, you're going to spend money on things you find value in. If you find value in a content creator who's putting out hundreds of hours of free content for you, then you're probably going to support that content creator, right? But the argument I'm making is the reason I'm down is 2 reasons. Fake memberships and RPG overload. It has nothing to do with the fact that there's inflation right now. There's been inflation for 3 years, and it didn't happen until 2 months ago. So it's a not a valid argument. Again, it's a straw man argument. Everyone seems to use it to try to justify shit. I've literally had people over the last 4 years, every year, use this argument on me. I'm like, it's not valid. Stop trying to use that argument. It's not real.
So does that mean you won't be asking your audience to buy you any more games, since you can afford them yourself?
Okay.
Actually, I'm still reeling from that, by the way. I'm still... The delusions is fucking... Guys, I mean, inflation is absolutely fucking like a real fucking thing. Things I'm not. I'm so even though I work for a fucking bank in the UK, I'm not too massively clued up. But I have been hearing whispers that mortgages could go tits up, mortgage rates, not shit, and that could affect things even worse. Not just in the UK, in the US as well. There's apparently all these fucking things and all these old deals and limits and terms and that shit. I mean, basically, things might get a bit bad again in future when it comes to this kind of shit. The money does not go as far as it used to. That's the simple truth of the fucking matter. Phil, though, is in his fucking bubble. Phil is in his bubble here, where he has no concept of what it's like in the real world, because he isolates himself 6 days a goddamn week in a goddamn snort fort. He doesn't understand what it's like for the average person, because he is not living the average person's lifestyle. He wakes up at fucking, like, 10:30 AM or whatever, rolls his ass into his fucking little office and starts his fucking shitey content 6 days a fucking week. You know what I mean? He has no concept of what it's like for the average person to fucking, I need to try and fucking put food on the table. I need to fucking make sure I can fucking feed my kids or whatever. He has no concept of the value of a dollar. When he is spending $1,367 on a fucking WWE Champions event this weekend, and then is telling his audience to fucking give him money so he can fucking, like, afford to pay bills, I fuck off. Just fuck you, Phil. You have no right to fucking tell anyone that I fucking got wool over their fucking eyes, whatever, about inflation not being fucking real. The cost of fucking, things like even grocery shopping costs fucking far more, fucking dairy products, whatever, meat products, they all cost more based on what you're fucking earning. People's fucking rent is going up, people's fucking mortgages are going up, everything, Phil. You have no earthly idea what you're on about.
Okay, what else would you guys like to talk about today? Rush the story end. It'll be 5 to 10 hours. Like I said, I've invested enough time into Baldur's Gate 3. I want to see the resolution of the story arcs for the characters. I want to see Lae'zel, Will, Gale, Shadowheart, Astarion. I want to see everyone get, or I guess Jaheira in some case, even though I don't really know the character that well. She hasn't been that much a big of a part of the story for me. I want to see their character arcs end. Or else what was the point, right, of having them along the way and doing their missions up to now? I should have just ignored them. So I definitely want to do those. And I want to see the end of the game. Anything else? Probably not. No, I'm not going to be doing the fireworks mission or whatever it is, Big Mac, thank you for re-upping your membership. I appreciate that, Big Mac. Thank you so much. No, I'm not romancing anyone before the playthrough ends. How incredibly mature of you to ask me that. Perfect. Am I going to pre-order Dragon's Dogma 2? I mean, at this point, does it really make a difference? I don't think you really get anything for pre-ordering games, right? I don't think so. Congrats to you. JDTV says he beat Sea of Stars this weekend. He platinumed it. 9 out of 10 game for me. It's really good. I was absolutely loving the game. And then I couldn't keep playing it. We will definitely go back to Sea of Stars later this year when there's time.
So if you're loving it so much, Phil, why did you stop playing it? You seem to have liked it more in Baldur's Gate 3, for example. So why did Baldur's Gate 3 get to stay and Sea of Stars didn't? Riddle me that.
Skill Scholar, how's it going? I received $1 tip from He Hate Me. Can I get unbanned? I don't even know why you got banned. Because I swear I saw you in the chat yesterday. And I don't think I banned you, so moderator probably banned you. Excuse me, you know the deal. When it comes to getting unbanned, everyone knows. Do I have any interesting stories about Alex Valle? I mean, the only story about Alex Valle I told before, that I remember it was at a random Evo in Vegas, and a lot of gamers, for whatever reason, didn't have hotel rooms at the hotel, but they wanted to stay in the hotel. Well, what happened was, the hotel owners got wind of this, and they were told there's like flocks of fighting game players in the hallways who don't belong here because they don't have rooms, and the security was walking through the hallways trying to throw them out of the hotel. So as a group of them was walking by my room, I said, I'll be a nice guy, and I'll let them hang out here for like half an hour until the security calms down, and then they can leave. So it was actually Valle with a group of other players who came into the hotel room to hang out. And the thing is, everyone was like drunk. Because that's the thing, we're all drinking and everything in the hotel, partying and stuff. And he comes into the room, and I remember having a conversation with my friend Nestor, who actually is Coruchado. He's the guy who I used to do co-op with in like Black Ops Zombies. But he's a fighting game player, very good fighting game player from the East Coast. And we were having a conversation, and Valle was there, and he was so buzzed. He just starts like talking about, yeah, man, it's like, I know what you're talking about, because I remember when I came here and I was trying to get my citizenship, and it was real hard to get a green card. And everyone like looked at him like, what is he talking about? He must have been so drunk he was having like a conversation in his head about something, and he just jumped in the middle of our conversation talking about his green card, and we were like, what? Like, huh? But it was funny. I mean, it's just a silly observation, but that's like one of the funny stories is that's how it was back then. I hate to say it, the fighting game community was basically a bunch of people bumming around a lot of the time. And so if you had money and you actually spent money on stuff, people would try to bum off you. So it's
Yeah, that's kind of what you did to you. You had a hotel room and they bummed off you.
like, oh, you have a hotel room? Hey, can I stay here for half an hour so that I don't get thrown out of the hotel? And, you know, who even knows
Wait to admit you had money, Phil.
where the people were going to stay? Eventually, they probably went room to room all night till someone just let them crash in the room. But I wasn't going to let people crash in my fucking room. You know, who knows who's going to fucking be stupid and steal or be so drunk and rowdy they don't fucking shut the fuck up and go to sleep. So that's how it was back then. I would say that's true, Jack. Jack says, in regards to recent burnout with RPGs, do you find most games today have RPG elements? I would say, yeah. In fact, I would say tons of games now have RPG elements. Even games that never did. Like, for example, even Call of Duty has a leveling system, an unlock system, and has RPG elements. I think a lot of games have realized, ooh, it's progression, and it allows you to find ways to monetize the game and stuff when you have those kind of progression systems. So, yeah, to some extent, RPGs are kind of permeating into everything, right? Let's see here. All right. I'll take a look during the break. I'll take a look at my emails. This is the person who wants to be unbanned. They claim that they emailed me, but I'm not going to do it now. Oh, man, I cannot wait for this heat wave to end. I'm sitting here. I'm not kidding. I'm sweating. Just sitting here with you guys talking on the podcast. I'm sweating. Bro, I fucking hate it.
Wait, so they gave you money again to ask to get unbanned? Because if they're banned, you wouldn't have seen their message. So they gave you more money. That's only you that saw that message. Because if they had to donate to you to say, Phil, please unban me. And you're like, I'm not going to do it now, but thanks for the money. I'll do it later.
You know, but it's supposed to go back to normal on Wednesday. Tomorrow it's still going to be warm, and then Wednesday it's supposed to be cool again. So I can actually go back to, like, my attire that I was wearing, like button-down shirts and stuff. I can actually start wearing that again when it's cooler on Wednesday.
Nice shirt, 25 cents.
Boss. Would I say I'm better at stealth games or racing games? At this point, I would say I'm better at stealth. Like, I've played a few stealth games that I've been decent at. For example, the Hitman series, Metal Gear Solid 5, some of the Dishonored stuff, and I've done better at it. You know, I think stealth games have become a hell of a lot more easy now as well. They're much more accessible. The classic ones I was playing, like the classic Metal Gears, those are pretty tough if you're not used to them, right? But yeah, like I say that stealth for sure. Racing, I barely ever play racing, so when I do, I usually suck ass at it, right? Mr. Toadstool, when the summer hits, I put in my air conditioner. In fact, I would say probably my air conditioner will have to go in sometime in April this year. But the thing is, it's cold at night. At night, we have to turn on the heat. So I'm not going to have air conditioners in the window and then turn on the heat at night. You guys are ridiculous. We got to wait for it to be the appropriate time to shift over. I consider getting a pet turtle. No, although we do think that turtles are cute. Turtles are a little bit tricky to take care of from what I don't understand. You know, they can get sick. They can be a little bit frustrating because a lot of them need the heat lamps and stuff like that. And my wife and I basically said we're not going to get any reptiles. Like, we're not going to bother with amphibians or reptiles. It's going to be too complicated of a deal.
You're enough of a fucking reptile as it is, you fucking snake.
What's the thing I'm looking forward to the most in the next year, gaming or in general? I don't know. Zero, I don't know. I've got so much going on in my life right now between juggling 3 YouTube channels, all right, planning random events like my birthday event and other things. I've got things going on behind the scenes in my private life that, you know, I'm handling. I'm not looking far ahead right now. It's like I got to go to the day-to-day. You know what I mean? I got to just handle the day-to-day for now. Maybe at one point I will have a more long-term goal that I can look forward to. I can't really do that right now. I'm already kind of scatterbrained. What's going on, Shell? How are you today? Good to see you. Oh, that's cute. Bean says, I take care of little pond turtles. I release them when they get a little bigger. That's cute. We actually have, behind our house, we don't know where it is, but we have to have either a pond or like a stream, because this time of year we hear frogs loudly ribbiting. And we can hear them like sometimes during the day, but mostly at night. Like, where are they? We don't know, because it's in the back, like behind our facility, behind the fencing, there's a like a little forest, and we're thinking it's somewhere in there, but it's really cool that you get those little frogs ribbiting at night. Only during the spring. It's like the spring serenade of frogs every night. I received a $5 tip. Without spoilers, you can beat Baldur's Gate 3 in less than 5 streams. 1 beat Orin, 2 side with Gortosh. FYI, whenever you side or beat him, his fate is sealed. Whether you side or beat him, his fate is sealed. That's all you have to do from RPG Burnout Myth. I don't want to side with him. I want to kick his ass. It's like, I want to beat everyone's ass. That's the point of the game, isn't it? To beat everyone's ass? And I'm doing a good job at it, right? Take a look at what I did to Raphael. I made Raphael look like a pussy. I made him look like a sissy. He was slipping all over the place, like he couldn't even stand up. He had noodle legs, and he's just embarrassing. And he's supposed to be a demonic entity that's super powerful in the realm of Baldur's Gate, you know, in the lore. And I just slapped him around and called him Susie. So, I mean, what am I afraid of? I'm not afraid of anything. At this point, I'm going to kick everything. I really feel like people are like, oh, the Gortash fight might be tough. I don't think so. No, I don't think so at all. Am I going to play Stellar Blade in April? Unlikely. But we'll see. I'll leave it as a maybe, but it's unlikely. I'm going to be honest with you. Would you really want to know the truth? Although the combat, I have looked a little bit into the combat, and it looks okay to me. It's like, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. It looks decent. If I play Stellar Blade, 99% of the time I'm playing the game, people in the chat are going to be fucking immature shitheads about the character. Because the character was designed purposefully to be a sexualized character. The game dev has outright said it, and all the coverage you're seeing in the game online is just sexualized. Meaning, oh look, instead of show gameplay, let's have her walk up and down this ladder 10 times in a row to see her butt cheeks jiggle. Well, I don't fucking do that. I don't care about that, and I don't want my stream to be all about that. So I'm not going to fucking subject myself to that when people will definitely be doing that in the chat. So I think I'm just gonna skip it. You know, just being honest. I don't feel like I'm missing out too much anyway, because like what I said, if this game did not have that woman as the protagonist, I don't think people would be talking about it like they are. I don't think people would even be that excited for it. I think it's a decent game when it comes to the gameplay elements, but people are loving the game and hyping it because they're perfect. They're over-sexualized people who are just about the fucking main character. They want to lust over her and fucking look at the butt cheeks jiggle, look at the boobs jiggle, and the devs say, oh yeah, I based her off of a model on purpose so that people would do this shit. Well, guess what? I'm not into that. Since that seems to be a major part of the game development cycle for this game and what was intended, and I don't care about that, I guess I'm skipping it.
You're not into that, Phil, you say. You're not into that. I could have sworn Phil used to really be into this kind of thing, even when he was like fucking with Liana back in the fucking day. Let's take a random detour to DSP figures. Where's like fucking statue streams or whatever? I said figures, but maybe statues would be better. Statues might be better. What that shit? It's a free. Fuck me, man. Almighty Tevin fucking stream. Fuck me. Let's see if we can fast forward. Well, see, that's just where's the Catwoman one he had? So hold on, there one. He had She-Hulk. Very valuable collectibles for sale. He done these little videos, collectibles for sale, and he had She-Hulk or whatever. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Does it? So it takes it out of the box, doesn't it? Yeah. Look at this shit. Well, yeah, it doesn't like these sexualized characters. God no. But he is making these videos in the Snort Fort in Washington. This is not Renton, Connecticut. This is in the Snort Fort where he currently is, present day. So he took these with him. All these you know, these statues, not shit, and collectibles that he fucking loves so much. Where's everyone? So that's that one. Guile, of course, Guile as well. And he broke Guile's hand. He's trying to sell this, and he's fucking got a broken hand. I love that, you know. He fucking like, I took it out of the box and I broke the hand, but guys, you still want to buy it? Fuck me, man. Oh, he put some glue in it. It's all better, guys. The hand's okay. Where's the fucking Catwoman one? Because I had a Catwoman as well. What's this fucking one? This is Blanca or something? Fuck me, it's a wee Blanca one. Jesus Christ. Oh, hold on. We have I think we have a pervert one here. Whoa, Phil, Emma Frost. Phil, goodness me. What were you doing, man, Emma Frost? Let's see. So you have that. Would you look at that? And what else happens? You can manipulate the cloth. So, oh wow, look at Phil getting his hands on there. Look at that. He's getting right in there with his grubby little fingers. Go look at Phil. He's like, yes. This is all the stuff I love, but this is all high. I can't have this anymore. This is sexualized content, and I can't have this anymore. There's this fucking like, fucking. There's Emma Frost again. Where's everyone? So I got Duke Nukem there as well, but where's? Jesus Christ. What else is there? There's more. I know there's more. I know there's fucking more. What's this one here? I'm just kind of curious what this fucking. What the fuck? And then it's fucking food. Okay, Tevin fucking went onto fucking food. Okay, but we'll move on from that. Okay, fucking we're done. But Phil here pretending, I don't like that sexualized content and all that shit. He used to collect statues of scantily clad figurines. You know? So, yeah. Of course, Dragonism as well is saying you should check out his old condo tour where he drills over Poison Ivy statue. Oh yeah, the Poison Ivy statue. Bear in mind, Phil was not some teenager at the time. He was in his mid-20s when he was collecting these, and he was hoarding these, and he only started selling them in his 30s. So yeah, but he's a mature adult, guys.
Oh well. If people would actually just be more mature, I probably wouldn't care. But I know literally the entire chat will just be like, oh my god, lusting over this woman constantly when I try to play the fucking game. So I'm just not gonna bother with it. You know?
You don't have no respect for your audience, Phil. Holy shit, why don't you fucking tell them what you really think?
I hate to say it, but that was one of the advantages back in the day of when I played a game like Bayonetta. I didn't live stream it. So I could just do the content, put it out, and yeah, people would be like that in the comments, but at least it didn't permeate the content when I was doing it live. You know, I love having an interactive audience. I feel like the interactive audience will be lost during a Stellar Blade playthrough because people won't be able to control themselves. And I know that sounds fucking sad, but I think it's true. It's this thing about human society, like, oh, sexualized character, I can't control myself. Time to just fucking talk about it constantly, right? BB Phil did a super chat. Just thank you for talking about Alex Valle. Did you ever beat him at any point during your pro career? Yes, I did. And he beat me. I think actually we're 1-1. He beat me at Evo 2006, and I beat him at Evo West 2007. Yeah. So we are 1-1 right now. We're even. And it would be cool to have an epic final fight, although honestly, he'd probably beat me because more than likely, he's constantly still playing fighting games, and he's in the community, and I'm not, so he'd probably kick my ass, just being honest, unless I practiced a ton again to get back.
He would kick your ass in the game, in real life. He wanted to beat the shit out of you in real life, and you fucking shat yourself. And you're like, maybe we should fucking do DX crotch chop to the audience instead. The people are going wild. And he's like, nah, I want to kick the fuck out of you.
Back into fighting shape in Super Turbo, he'd probably whip me.
That's not Alex Valle, that's Vikant. I'm mixing up fucking... I'm mixing two people up there, sorry, my bad. I'm fucking confusing two different people that wanted to kick Phil's ass. My bad.
Okay.
There's a long list. There's a long list of people that want to kick his ass. From
Better Call Darth Maul tipped $1 says, is there a reason why Battlefront 1 remake didn't get a graphical upgrade and Battlefield the way the Battlefield 2 remake did? No, there is. What are you talking about? They're completely different. There was... You're getting confused. Battlefront 1 and 2 in the 2010s are new games entirely from the ground up. This Battlefront collection is just the classic games from 2004 or 5 redone on modern consoles and PC, but it's the same games. What you thought there's another remaster, there isn't. Those are new games from the 2010s, so that's where you're getting confused.
We are one burp away from a third free space. We're going to need the free spaces today for bingo. You know, it could come in crucial. I think the bingo's going to come to an end soon. The podcast's going to come to an end soon. Let's see, we are 35 minutes behind. And he's going to do the podcast for another 10. We're still going another like 15 minutes almost of the podcast. But yeah, the free spaces could be crucial. So yeah, guys, remember, don't forget to like your stream so we can get a free space. Like the stream, yeah, bams.
Prisoner says, is that how some people were acting when you played Nier Automata? Yeah, I would say this. With Nier Automata, it wasn't as bad. And it was bad, don't get me wrong. But I think the reason it wouldn't have been as bad is because the game was unique and had a crazy good story. Like, you think the game's going to be a game just at superficial combat with half-naked android. But then as you're playing it, you realize the plot is super fucking good. It's deep, it's interesting, it's fourth wall breaking, and I'm so happy that people convinced me eventually to go back to that game. They're not going for that with Stellar Blade. They're not. They're just literally making a game with good action with an over-sexualized character. Did you know that the character has a skin suit? She has a skin-colored suit to wear to, again, make her look like she's nude. But the trick is, if you put it on, it makes the game harder. So in order to see her basically nearly naked, you have to basically play the hardest version of the game. Wow, this sounds like a game that's right up my alley, doesn't it? Right? That's what I'm all about. No, I'll tell you really, here's why Stellar Blade is getting the coverage it's getting. Because it's the anti-woke game. It's following all the tropes of games that used to be out in the 1990s, the original Lara Croft shit, right? So many games today have gone woke, where, oh, the women, we're tired of them being over-sexualized, we're tired of them, you know, being portrayed in a certain way, and now we want to go, you know, this is a way that they're spitting right in the face of all of that, correct? Ha, fuck you. We can still have, you know, sexualized women in games, and that's fine, but it's just not going to be for everyone. Personally, I don't have any gripes with the combat engine or anything that they did with the gameplay elements, but I'm not interested in the sexualization of characters, so I'm not going to care about the game. I'm going to skip it. If you like that, go for it. That's on you, and you enjoy it. I'm not going to hate on you for liking Stellar Blade. But I want you to respect the decision that I'm going to make to not make it part of my streams and content, since that was a major focus of the game development cycle. They've outright said it, okay? But I think that's what it is. There are so many games now that are going the other direction, you know, completely the other direction. And gamers are kind of riling against that. Like, no, actually, we liked how it was back in the day. It's good to have variety. It's good. In reality, it's good to have variety. It's good to have the option. If you like that, go for it. If you don't like that, don't go for it. There's something over here for you. There's stuff in between, and that's all perfectly fine, right? Variety is the spice of life. So if you like that stuff, go for it. I don't care about it, though. DSP politics when? I know, it seems like every day something gets more political, right? Literally every day we have a more political discussion. It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable that eventually we're going to get there as I get older, right? Right. Hold on a second, my blind's just...
We can't hear you, you fucking dork. You have a filter on your microphone, so we can't hear you.
Ah! In my eye. That's right, the chair.
Is Phil's finger, like, bloody?
Ah! In my eye.
Or am I just... No, I mean, his fingernail. Maybe it's where he's been chewing. Like, you know, right here. You know, like this bit here. Looks quite bloody there. But he does sometimes chew his nails on it, sometimes, and sometimes chews like the skin off his nails as well, whatever. So, yeah, for a second there, I thought his like finger was bleeding. It was just like very red there. You get a scene, yeah. I don't know, but fuck me, man. This is garbage. This fucking stream has been a fucking dumpster fire. Fucking hell.
That's right, the chair. The new chair emote will be used when I get up. Am I woke because I don't like Stellar Blade? So here's the thing. No, I totally don't agree with the whole woke mentality. I feel like people should have the ability to do what they want. If you like the content, enjoy it. If not, don't. I'm not.
But Phil, you don't want people to watch the tractor content. Despite the fucking multiple more people that enjoy the tractor content compared to yours. So, you're bullshitting us. You're determined, you want to cancel the tractors, you want to cancel Keemstar. You are woke.
I'm not going to sit here and rally and say this is right and this is wrong and this, you know, to each their own. But at the same time, I don't have to partake in things that I'm not interested in, and people should respect that. You know, I respect your ability to enjoy Stellar Blade if that's what you're looking for. I'm not. So each side should agree to disagree on what they like, and you know, that's fine. No, I've never taken a stroll through the wooded area where the frogs are between streams. I don't know whose property that is, so I shouldn't even be over there. It's not in the realm of our property. We have it fenced off at the back of our property. So if I jump the fence and walk over there, I'm legally trespassing, which I'm not going to do.
As if you can fucking jump a fence, you fucking weak little bitch.
No, I don't know whose property that is.
Give me a boost. I need to find these fucking frogs.
Can we get an emote of my face imposed on the red angry bird? People are saying there's some anger emote on another channel that they like. I don't know. Did I have a cold one in honor of Stone Cold on 316? No, I did not. I did not. I did not even think about it being 316 day. I don't think anyone even mentioned it on a stream. What would that have been? Saturday? Yeah, no one even mentioned it.
If you want this little bitch, little piggy to stop begging, give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Ever thought of owning a dog? We've thought about it, for sure, but it's not something we're willing to commit to right now because Jasper being a cat that's very, very demanding and social. He's the kind of kitty that he wants to be involved in everything, and he gets very jealous if you're not having him involved in everything, and if you're giving attention to something else, he literally will impose himself into the situation to get attention. So can you imagine, with a cat that already is demanding attention almost 24/7, if now there's a new major pet in the mix that's getting big attention? He's probably going to become incredibly jealous, incredibly upset. He's probably going to start misbehaving, like doing things like marking territory with his pee or poo, which cats tend to do when they're upset about a new animal intruding. So here's the thing. If when we had rescued Jasper, within maybe the first year, if we had brought a dog into the mix, it probably would have worked. But he's set in his ways. He's been here many years now. He's used to being the king of the castle, right? He's the one pet, the big domain owner, and he likes having access to everywhere in the house and not having any shared stuff. So he is not, definitely not going to like that. In addition, dogs do take more time and attention to raise than cats. Dogs are a more dependent animal, and you got to train them, and you got to walk them. You got to do a lot of different things you don't have to do with a cat. So,
I love how it feels like you got to walk them. The concept of physical exercise, it feels like, oh my god, I have to go outside in the world and walk my dog? And the eyes all fucking lit up in fear. I might have to see people outside when I walk my dog? Remember when Phil used to go power walking every other day? That didn't fucking last fucking long, did it?
no, right now, probably we're not looking for that commitment. Years down the line, okay, but we'll see. 3 years is many now. What are you talking about? You mean what I just said about Jasper that we had him for many years? Dude, I introduced it to my streams, what, in 2019, 2020? I can't remember. It's at least been 4 years he's been on streams. So what are you talking about? You're wrong. I swear some people are just so off base with these conceptions they have in their heads, you know?
Go on, blame the detractors for that as well. Go on, blame us detractors for people having dates wrong.
See you later, Rebecca. Boss. BB Phil loves the red fedora for some reason. He wants me to wear the red fedora today. Whenever we do Baldur's Gate 3, people always seem to tend to want the Viking hat. I don't know why, because I don't think there's any Vikings in Baldur's Gate, but for some reason, people always want the Viking hat for that playthrough.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No! All right. Anything else, guys, or shall we adjourn and get set up for Baldur's Gate? What do you think?
Fuck you, Phil.
Fuck you, Phil.
Why not do a hat poll now? Because we haven't hit the hat goal. We haven't even hit the tier 1 tips goal. And doing a poll early gets people's hopes up, and that's not fair. It's not fair to unfairly get people's hopes up.
Don't you mean your hopes up?
Am I surprised Jack in the Box is the only fast food chain that serves breakfast? What? Every fast food chain serves breakfast. Burger King, McDonald's, even Taco Bell. Like, all the major chains around here serve breakfast. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not doing a Dragon's Dogma 2 character creation stream. My wife and I are going to create my character and a pawn she's going to make during our day off, so that way they're ready to go for Friday and we can jump right into the game without wasting like a half an hour to 45 minutes making a character.
But Phil, I thought it was meaningful content. Also, how about you fucking just record it? There's nothing stopping you from recording you creating a character and then like showing people that in a separate video. Yeah, why didn't you record it with Cat on your day off? It doesn't have to be a stream. An offline recording, like a Daily Crap.
It makes sense because I'm only playing Dragon's Dogma 2 Friday all day. Then we're giving it a break to finish off Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon before we get back. So we want to get as much gameplay in as possible on Friday and not waste time. I am totally ready for the eclipse on April 8th because we know what's going to happen when the eclipse happens. Cthulhu's tentacles will finally reach around the planet and embrace us all and take us into the evil dark presence, and I'm ready for it. I've been waiting. I do not use beard oil of any kind. No, I've never done anything like that. I'm not one of those guys who like, oh, I got to dye my beard, right? So I look younger. I use beard oils to condition the beard.
No, it's just the hair you get dyed, isn't it, Phil? You got your curls and twirls, you got a 2-for-1 special with Cat as well, and you spend 70 odd fucking dollars to fucking get your hair coloured. Phil doesn't colour his hair, someone else does it for him.
Don't do anything like that. I age and I look older and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, I could, probably if I did dye my beard darker, I'd look younger for sure, because when I had the dark beard, I did look younger. I'll agree there, but I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think people really care to see me looking that young. It's not a giant concern. You guys will see in the next few years, you're going to see a lot of gray hair, because I actually have it, but you can't see it on camera right now. But I'm getting more and more gray hairs everywhere in my hair, and so I'm going to go gray eventually.
Go back to Supercuts and get your $5 back, jabroni! Oh, no!
Yeah, so you guys just can't see it. My hair is not immaculate. I have lots of grays in my head. You just can't see them yet. It used to be the same with my beard, but then the majority of my beard started going white, and now it looks, you know, kind of like ashy almost, right? Like ashes. Yeah. Do I ever face dryness in the beard? Yes, I do. I get dry skin under there. Did I have a quarter life crisis? Well, the quarter life crisis would have been what, when I was 20? When I was 20, I don't even feel like...
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Black Mage for a super chat, who says there isn't enough hard drive space to record Cat's visage for an hour. There isn't a webcam wide enough to fucking fit the mass of that ass on screen. Like, she would have to like leave the room and knock down a wall so you can fucking fit her into fucking frame. And I say that as a big fat bastard myself, as you guys all know. For fuck's sake, man, yeah. Look, I know it sounds mean that I go off on Cat all the time being a big beefy bitch, but the simple truth of the matter is that she was a fucking normal sized human being when she first came into Phil Burnell's life. And in the 5 years or so that she's been living with Phil Burnell, she went from average physique essentially to like, there's like, she went and grew like 3 different sizes in width or something. It's crazy. Like, what the fuck happened in that time for her to have, like, is it depression? Was it caused by Phil? Was it anxiety caused by Phil? I can imagine living with Phil is quite a stressful fucking experience. Like, she has to, like, you know, the only way she has to listen to him off stream. Remember, we only hear Phil during the streams. You have to listen to him most of the time, most of the week, outside of streams as well. So it's like, yeah, can you imagine how she copes with that? Yeah, DoorDash perhaps? Fuck knows, man. Ah, hell. Q-Up saying this is funny. This pause shows he dyes his hair. We should be able to see the grey in the beard mingle with his head hair, but there's a hard line between beard and hair. Yeah, I mean, you can see it yourself there. It's, look at the beard. The beard is very grey, even from this perspective here. You can see there's definitely a lot of greys here. Let's go full screen and let's explore it for ourselves. Yeah, he absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, gets it coloured. This, you know, every month or two they go to Curls and Twirls, whatever together, you know, they get a 2-for-1 special, 70 odd bucks, 75 bucks for the two of them to get. Maybe Cat does as well. Maybe they both get the same kind of hair colouring, the same kind of treatment. Can imagine that happening. So, Jesus Christ, Phil, it's fucking embarrassing. It really is fucking, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Phil apparently doesn't do anything to his hair. If you're to believe that fucking bullshit. I don't know if I fucking believe that personally. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, Misa says growing a real beard would help hide the pathetic weak chin. Chins. He used to have chins. He's still kind of... He kind of has got rid of the multiple chins, you know what I mean? But you can still see a semblance of him still being there, especially when he jiggles a leg and everything else wobbles around. Yeah. But yeah, as I said... the way I see it, I can make jokes about fucking Cat and Phil's weight because I'm a big fat bastard myself, you know what I mean? It's like, I get away with it. It's like a fat joke person pass I've got.
I haven't my head firmly screwed on my shoulders yet. I really don't. I think like I went through all these weird phases of my life that it wasn't until I was past the early YouTube days, which would have been, what, my early 30s, that I actually started to feel more like a full adult and more mature and stuff like that, you know? These last 10 years have really been a rough 10 years that have made me a hell of a lot more of a mature person, that's for sure.
No, they fucking haven't. In the last 10 years, all you've fucking done is stubbornly fucking decide that everyone else is wrong and you are fucking right.
We got more tips coming in. Jeez, I was going to end the show, but we got a $5.55 tip from Chucky. If you were a character in Baldur's Gate 3, I would romance you. Well, that's incredibly upsetting that you would say that. And just so you know, if you tried to romance me in Baldur's Gate 3, I would absolutely reject you. I'd be the only character in the game not romanceable. How about that? I would rewrite the code of the game. Because you know those perverts at Larian would want to see me completely butt naked within 2 seconds of the game. They'd be like, hi, I'm Phil. Let's have sex. Because that's how they wrote the actual dialogue of the game for everyone else.
Oh my god. Out of context. Out of context, that clip.
Within 2 seconds of the game. It'd be like...
So, ignore everything else, okay? Imagine if you just tuned in the stream and this is the very first thing you hear.
Hi, I'm Phil. Let's have sex.
I mean, someone have fun with that. Some creative mind have fun with that particular sound clip. Go nuts. Jesus Christ, Phil.
Because that's how they wrote the actual dialogue of the game for everyone else. So they probably have me doing that, but I would hack their studios. I'd hack their files. Change that. Yeah, hi, I'm Phil. Let's have drinks. That would change it. Okay. Better call Darth Maul. Hit the $1. Have you seen the movie Pitch Black? During the eclipse, bad creatures come and kill us all in the night. That's the one with that is the one starring Vin Diesel, and there was a video game of it, and actually I played it very early on YouTube. Yes, I remember that game, and I remember that movie. Okay, guys, see what I mean? Feel like make the podcast shorter. It keeps going. People are still here. The attendance is great. The engagement is good. But we got to end. We got to end it. We got to get to Baldur's Gate because I have to finish this game. All right? So as much as we have fun with the podcast, guys, we got to put the kibosh on it for today. Okay? Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for putting up with my summer attire before. Today is either the first day of spring or it's about to be spring like tomorrow here in Washington. I'm not clear on it. But I thank you all so much for a great show. Tomorrow, I'm sure we'll be talking all about my progress today in the games and the like. You know what I should do? I think I actually have a Easter Bunny picture of me that I could put into this slideshow. Hold on. Because if I have that, I can do that right now.
Oh, fuck
I can
off.
find it.
Fuck
where would it be, though?
You can just
Where'd the
fuck
Easter Bunny
me,
picture
fuck
be?
off.
Oh, there's the headshot of it. Do I have the whole picture? Did I do the Valentine's Day one this year? I think I might have forgotten all about it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so, in fact, I'm going to put Easter Bunny first. Hold on. Easter's right around the corner. You guys aware of that? It's almost Easter. It's coming in like a week or two. So, thank you guys for a great podcast. I hope that you enjoyed it. A nice chill time. Hope you will stick around for Baldur's Gate 3. Keep in mind, no late stream tonight, but tomorrow we go back to full double streaming days. That I hope you'll join me for. Thank you so very much. See you tomorrow. It's out. Okay, let's quickly get set up, and I do want to just take a leap before we start. The good news is, I do not have to do anything significant. No nature.
Oh, Phil said chill. Thank fuck for that.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
So here is a situation we are currently facing, guys. We are 5 away from a full house. We are 1 burp away from a 3rd free space. If we get 100 likes, that'll be a 4th free space. We could get a full house here if we are fortunate because we're still playing bingo until Phil starts recording. What we need to happen is Phil to burp 1 more time before he starts recording for YouTube, and also we need Phil to do one of these things on the square to kind of, you know, confirm a full house. We are so close though. I feel like we're so goddamn close to a full house. It is within our grasp, just barely.
Calling today. But I do want to, you know, quickly relieve myself before we begin. So that way I don't have to stop a million times once we start with the gameplay. Once we get into the Cazador Mansion, I just want to cruise through it, get to him, spank him, like I did Raphael. I literally just want to, like, slap him around and then get on to the next quest. I don't want to waste any time. Let's boot her up. Steam says you may not want to say, hi, I'm Phil, let's have sex. Detractors will cut it out and take it out of context. With AI, detractors can literally make it sound like I said anything, so it doesn't really matter what I say. They'll just do it anyway. So there you go. Trust me, with 16 years of videos out there, I'm pretty sure the detractors have AI to do whatever they want. So. Okay, so here we go. Let's get some music going. You love this title screen music. I'll be right back. Just gonna use the restroom and then we'll begin.
And away he goes to fucking waddle off to the bathroom. So let me just fast forward here. Let me just press the right arrow key on my keyboard until it gets back into fucking shot. Hold on. How long is he away for?
With
Oh, here we go. Here we go. He's back. He's back.
that you did. I'm glad that we.
Whoa! What happened there? Okay, around. We're playing from here. We're playing from here. Cool stuff. Before we even continue, guys, we apparently have 100 likes. So, thank you very much for liking the stream. 100 times. That's a free space, and it's our 3rd free space of the game. And not only do we get a free space, we also get to enjoy the build animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. Remember, keep an eye on the bottom right for Jasper to do his thing. Good cat. There fucking go. We have 100 likes, we have 3 free spaces so far. We are 1 burp away from a 4th free space, and hopefully Phil will say one of these things left on the card so we can get a full house.
I see you guys enjoyed the chair emote. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that we have it now. Okay, I received a $4 tip from August. Have a good Baldur's Gate 3 stream. I'm out. Thank you so much, August, for your support this morning, and thanks for chilling on the podcast. All right, with that, we begin today with a $50 tips goal hit. Thank you very much for that support. Keep in mind, guys, this is my only stream for today, so any support lended today is greatly, greatly appreciated.
There's another big right there. The reminder to his audience, this is his only stream. Phil might not think of that as a fucking beg, but it absolutely fucking is. You're encouraging your audience to give you more support than they may intentionally have intended to, because you're not streaming twice in a day, only once. That, to me, is putting pressure on your audience to support you more than usual. That, to me, is a beg.
Because I'm not going to have a second stream tonight, so it would be great to have a good one stream. Thank you so much so far. Alex from Phoenix just did a super chat. Says, AI can make you sound fluent in so many languages now. Technology used to not surprise me, but now it's beyond me. Yeah, you know? I mean, I think it was inevitable that it was going to happen. With how fast technology is advancing and everything, the only problem is going to be, I don't know how anyone's going to make sense of anything. Like, how are you going to even have, like, law enforcement and stuff figure shit out? People could literally fabricate evidence of anything, right? But how do you know if it's real or not? I don't know. For me, you know exactly what I say and do on stream. I broadcast it all day, every day. I literally don't have any offline content. You see everything I'm doing, so you can easily corroborate things that might be said, that people are like, oh, he said this, he said that. All you gotta do is watch my content. You see what I broadcast every day. I even archive it. So in that regard, we're good, but others, I don't know. All right. Did I coin the term detractor? No, I heard it somewhere. I'm sure I heard it somewhere before I ever used it. I'm pretty sure I did not make that up. What I find funny now is that everyone uses that word, right? I hear it all the time. I literally hear the word detractor used all the time. Everywhere. Not just about regard to me, but like a lot of different things. So it's become mainstream lingo now on the internet. All right.
Burp your
Okay, I got a $1 tip.
fucking burp.
From He Hate Me, I agree. I can't wait for Jude Law Bach from the movie AI. I never saw the movie AI. I can't even attest to what you're talking about to understand it. But okay then. I heard the movie AI is terrible, but I've never seen it.
Burp, piggy.
There's a lot of loading. What's going on? Don't tell me my save's corrupted. That's not going to be good. Oh, I want to reverse this headphone cord. I want to have this go into here. I think my save is corrupted. Just look. It's not loading. This has happened once before in the playthrough where it wouldn't load. So hopefully it gets fixed. If not, we might be fucked, and I guess the playthrough's done early.
It's loaded, 100% loaded. It just
Don't worry, only 120 hours wasted if that's the case. Not a big deal, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Phil, shut the fuck up. And burp.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to Baldur's Gate.
Motherfucker didn't even fucking try and record some little blurb before I started recording. He is now recording for YouTube, and that brings it into the goddamn bingo. What a prick. What an absolute dick. We had 3 free spaces, so let's tick off
Burger.
that, and
5 in a row. That's concerning.
1 more free space. I guess we'll tick off
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
Yeah, I mean, even if Phil had burped, you know what I mean, we still would have been 1 away regardless, because Phil didn't say any of the fucking things left, you know what I mean? We were close to a full house, but sadly it was not to me. So yeah, even being 1 burp away, and he probably did burp, he probably did actually burp and just didn't fucking hear it because of the fucking filters and the microphone. It still wouldn't have mattered anyway, because of, you know, it's you know, because it would have been 1 shy. Anyway, let's go to live DSP and see how he's doing since he started recording for gameplay.
I swear she had a...
He has not made a single penny since he started recording. Boo fucking hell for Phil. Let's go to the otters. Where are my beloved otters? There you fucking are. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that one. Look at these motherfuckers showing off and diving like fucking dolphins. Are they otters or are they dolphins? Who the fuck knows? All you know is they're cute as all goddamn hell. There we go. But yeah, this is how we end bingo streams. We've endured Phil's toxicity and nastiness and just horrible fucking just prickishness in general, and we end with a little detoxifying cute little otter session. Jesus, it's like 4 in the morning right now. It's like, I think they're getting fed. I think they're getting fed right now. You can see people throwing things. to that one in the top right there. So there's food getting thrown, so it might be feeding time, which is why they might be doing all these wee tricks to try and, try and entice some treats or whatever. So yeah, it looks like they're getting fed. Hey guys, I am going to wrap things up there. Thank you very much for joining me for this bingo stream tonight. And yeah, sorry we couldn't get a full house, that is what it is. But as always, tomorrow, as the old saying goes, I'm going to end how I always end, by playing the notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, as I said. And yeah, until then, enjoy the rest of your Monday, however you wish to spend it. And I'll catch you all tomorrow for some more robust bingo. But until then, have a good one. I'll catch you all later. Goodbye. Oh shit, I need to remember to add the fucking new members. Yeah, I remembered. I'm racing the outro, but I'll get the new names added. Anyway, catch y'all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
Alright, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Alright, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.
I remembered to add the names. I got the names in the end. Like, wait until it gets to the bottom. So almost there is muckiness in there, and there's a yeah. I got the names. Yeah, I got the names. I got them both added. I'm pretty sure. Did I get Black Mage as well? Oh, hold on. Let me scroll through it again. Muckiness was on the left hand side. I saw that. There's Black Mage on the right hand side. There we fucking go. I remembered, and I got it in time. There you go. Anyway, guys, I will see you all on Tuesday. I'm going to redirect you guys to Dark Days Mirror. Have a good one. Goodbye.